Spider-Man podcast.
No spoilers, initial thoughts.
Okay. Yeah, who wants to go first?
Everybody hates Spider-Man, except for Buddy.
It's true. I really have no negative. Nothing negative.
Well, that's why I wanted you to
I only had positive things for this. I didn't even care about them.
It's called
changing
it's a sandwich.
Characters.
I think the only problem I really had was Flash Thompson being nerdy.
Okay, initial thoughts.
Initial thoughts is it good? Is it bad?
I loved it.
There we go. See?
Loved it.
Simple.
I only had one negative thing.
One negative thing.
And
we'll get to it.
Brandon.
That was my thing.
I really like it. I've heard a lot of people hate it, but it was good.
Brandon.
Good addition.
Best Spider-Man movie yet.
Blake.
I loved it. I loved it.
I loved it.
I thought it was good. I wouldn't say I loved it, but
No,
I
it's
thought
not
it was
great.
really good.
Okay, in comparison to the other Spider-Man movies.
In comparison to Spider-Man 3, it was fucking garbage. And then
Tony loves that Toby.
That dance scene is iconic.
it's when he says dig on this, I do in fact dig on that.
He told me what to feel, and I feel it. I feel it.
No, it was the best Spider-Man.
How about compared to the other Marvel movies?
Like, the reason I just feel like it's okay is because it's been done so many times. I feel like if it just came out, none of the other Spider-Man movies had happened, I would argue it's one of the better Marvel movies, but it's just been done so many times.
I would have fucking preed, dude.
Yeah.
We're gonna pre. Okay, so let's get into the spoilers.
Yep, straight into spoilers.
So, Buddy brought up Flash Thompson. That's the only thing I really hated about it too.
I had no problem
Spoilers,
with
Flash Thompson's in the movie.
I had no problems with any of the other character changes. I didn't even have a problem with their secret
MJ.
who Michelle really was.
Well, they never even
middle
said her name
finger.
was Michelle until the end.
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
teacher
they
called her
her
Michelle
several
5 times.
I did
And then
not hear
they just
any of
were
that.
like, "Oh, my friends call me MJ. You said you don't have any friends." Yeah, but if I did, they'd call me MJ.
You guys can call me MJ.
Please.
Will you be my friends?
I mean,
You could
I
call
was
me MJ.
I was
It's a
completely
new
fine with
thing.
the casting choice, initially, but they just made her this weird girl, and it was very they were really odd with this one, and I mean that was the only issue I had was casting. Flash Thompson, number one, hated him. The guy who portrayed him did a great job of douching it up, which was perfect. But why? How is it a fucking nerd is gonna arguably more nerdy person
He wasn't more nerdy. He was actually dumber. He got a question
that's what I mean.
wrong.
I don't mean he was.
Well, he wasn't dumber, but
more nerdy in looks. Peter Parker's fucking jacked. He has a 6-pack, and Flash Thompson is a fat Indian kid
that he hides at all times. He wears the baggier shirts to be nobody needs to know about this.
Even still, that's the whole point of Flash Thompson is that he looks
He was
intimidating.
the football
He
jock.
was the fucking jock. And then, I remember Blake brought up the point initially where it was oh, well, they go to a science school. Well, so
I
fuck
brought that
what?
up.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Raimi did. My bad.
They took away his brain
Viewer.
and gave him some brawn. Took away his brawn and gave him some brain.
What brain? He didn't answer a single question at the telethon, or the decathlon.
Because nobody wanted to answer a fucking question.
Telethon.
He didn't pick up a single
He
goddamn
didn't
phone.
pick up the phone at all. We didn't make money at all, the bastard.
Hey, one job. Flash. Fuck you.
Plus, Stanford, Yale, all those fuckers, the nerdiest fucking schools in the universe
He's only
a
going to get
great
there by
sports
money.
team.
I wasn't mad about that until you brought up Flash being Venom. And I was like, yeah, I can see this Flash does not, he will never be Venom.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
God,
That means they
He'd
will
be
never...
Amadeus Cho at best. Because Amadeus Cho is the one who takes over the Iron Spider suit. None of you guys know who Amadeus Cho is.
Science.
No,
Fuck!
I know who
Cho's
Amadeus
a little
Cho is.
Asian kid.
Yo,
Yeah,
thank
we all
you.
know
Tony's
that.
really
He's
nice.
super
Amadeus'
smart.
mom is-
Amadeus Chode,
She
yeah.
was
He
in
was-
Age of Ultron.
He
Yeah,
was
she
the
was
Iron
an Asian-
Spider, and then he was Hulk.
He
would
a
be
penis
fucking-
that's
he would-
wider than it is long.
That kid would have been Amadeus Cho,
Chode.
not fucking Flash Thompson.
He can't be.
That's a super.
Unless if his mom
Nice.
adopted
That's really
him.
great.
I'm just saying, that kid would have done they could have been instead of that being Flash Thompson being oh, this is Amadeus Cho, Peter's rival in school, and then actually have a Flash Thompson fucking football kid.
See, that'd be fine, but I wouldn't cast that fucker
I
as
think they
Amadeus
should've
Cho
cast
either, just because Amadeus Cho is
Joe
legitimately,
Manganielli
Oriental.
or whatever
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
name is.
Different-
Flash
different
Thompson
Asian.
again.
That would have been so good. He's just a 30-year-old, huge, ripped man
Let's do it. Let's
pushing
do that
around Tom Holland.
again. Who let you in this school?
I'm the janitor!
Penis Parker!
Penis Parker!
goes and DJs the kids' parties. When I say penis, you say Parker.
Penis!
Say it or I'll kill
It'd be amazing. I would more look forward to him like wearing like their school outfits.
Trying
They're
to
asking,
fit into it. And
they ask him a question. He's like,
They're all sneaking out to go to the pool at the hotel. And it's just him in his swim trunks. He smacks Peter on the ass.
6'5".
Now let me ask you another question. What would be more intimidating? The Indian kid as Venom or Topher Grace Venom?
Topher.
Yes.
I picked Topher.
I'd be, Topher.
Honestly, yeah, I'd pick Topher. He at least sold the crazy eyes.
Yeah.
That's one thing that fucker can do is sell crazy eyes.
Yeah, I thought the casting in this was just all around pretty bad, other than Tom Holland.
Tom Holland's great. Really, I didn't
Ned
dislike
Ned.
That's true.
Tony Stark.
I question the casting of Tony Stark in this one.
I mean, like, the casting overall wasn't terrible. It was
just for like the main characters.
Right, yeah, that's the thing that fucks me.
Aunt May was a little too young, granted.
No, see, that's what upset me is that they made her young in Civil War, and then they tried to make her fucking old.
Yeah,
they gave her
randomly.
huge glasses,
like
and
the
she's
huge
always
glasses
wearing
and dressing
swag,
weirdly and trying to hide that she's got a rockin' rack. Like, come on now.
Still fucking.
We've all seen it.
Everybody still thinks
Marissa
she's sexy.
Tomei.
That was probably my favorite part, where like the Italian guy tried to like talk to the guy, like, yeah, his aunt's fucking hot, and he's like, hey, how's your daughter doing? Shit,
Peter Parker's a fucking genius.
I'm gonna lick your daughter's pussy. I'm gonna lick. It's gonna be great.
However, my favorite scene of all time is when he goes to fucking interrogate Donald Glover. He fucking webs his hand to the thing. He's like,
You really gotta work on this part.
gives him all the answers. He's like, all right, now you're gonna do this. He's like, no, that's gonna wear off in 2 hours.
You're a bad guy.
You're a bad guy. You deserve this.
You're a criminal.
No, I got ice cream in here.
Aaron Davis, wasn't that the character's name?
Yes, Prowler.
Yeah. He was really good.
And he
for how
even,
little he was in there.
they even mentioned like
A nephew.
His nephew.
His
I thought Buddy
nephew.
was gonna ejaculate in his seat.
and
next
they also briefly, when he was doing the arms deal, they briefly mentioned the climbers
yeah.
for like his actual.
But Buddy,
thing.
who is his nephew?
Brady Morrison.
Hi. Donald Glover's
God,
my uncle.
I was wrong. I thought I knew
I would
who it was.
legitimately pay money for that. I would like. Not only would I
I'd
pay money, I would
shit.
have sex with you.
I should have fucking
Okay,
like he just
okay.
came out like, yeah, Donald Glover is my uncle.
Wouldn't you do that anyway?
I fucking
Well,
love Donald
yeah,
Glover.
but I'd do it better.
Oh, thanks.
I'd actually get you off
I'd
this
actually
time.
oh, this time, yes.
But yeah, Miles Morales. That was his nephew.
That
what?
was the
It's not
reference.
Raimi?
It's not.
He can have two nephews.
No.
But
Oh.
Brandon, who is Miles Morales?
The Ultimate Universe is Spider-Man.
Why should I care? It's not Peter Parker.
Because he is another version of Spider-Man who has taken up the mantle of Peter Parker.
And
But what about-
African American.
What about
And is African American and also Mexican, but also not gay.
black?
Baby, cut that out.
No, no,
No,
no.
it's perfect.
What about all the other people that have been Spider-Man forever?
We don't have time for that.
They're not Buddy's
Peter
favorite.
Parker?
We do not. We do not have time for that.
Ben
list.
Riley.
What about the casting of Vulture?
I loved it.
I liked him.
Michael Keaton was great.
Michael Keaton
Yeah.
nailed it. I was so anxious during that car scene.
Yeah, that was really good.
Like, he nailed that scene. It
Okay,
was so...
I'm sorry. I gotta say, he made a pretty broad assumption
Yeah.
in
like, he
guessing
just
that
straight
was
up like,
Spider-Man.
listen,
Like-
he just pulled the gun out.
Like, don't get me wrong. I see how he made the connection. It was, it's obvious. But, I mean, like, still, out of all the people in the world, and you're just like, you didn't happen to be in the Washington Monument on the same day. It's like, well, yeah, neither were you, asshole. Are you Spider-Man?
You know who else wasn't in the Washington Monument? Almost literally everyone else on it.
Right. It was just a really, like, it was an odd coincidence.
well, it was with Liz saying over and over again, like, no, you're always disappearing and doing all
Yeah,
this
and
shit.
then the fact that he's usually in New York, and then that one day Spider-Man happened to show up in Washington D.C.
right, which
when
is
they made that
like I
trip.
said, it's I can see where they made the connection, but it's like
It would have been
it's
really
still
awkward if
broad.
he was like, he's like, I'm not Spider-Man. Michael Keaton's like, oh shit, don't look at this gun. I'm threatening a child now in accident.
No, I'm actually Iron Man.
I really liked him as a villain though. Like I liked the Vulture, like how he was one of the first villains I felt like in a long time that had a motive that wasn't just you guys are superheroes and I'm a villain so I want to beat you. He was kind of just like, hey, what if you stay out of my business? I'll rob people, not really hurt anybody, and then you just don't fucking mess with me so I can make money. I don't care about hurting people. I don't care about hurting you. I just want to make money.
He said the words "protect my family" probably 30 times.
I protect my family.
I love the point where he was like, "You're right. I do have to worry about you," and grabbed the gun and shot him. He goes, "I thought this was the anti-grav gun."
No, I like
that.
I like that scene because he didn't do that. He was like, "I thought this was the anti-grav gun," and the guy's like,
"No, you're the new shocker now."
Like,
That's over there.
Well, I heard people
his inventor guy's his reaction was basically like, obviously it's not.
Well, I heard a lot of people were upset about that.
Why?
Because they were like, oh, well, it kind of takes away from the whole family man, he has feelings thing when he's clearly
he actually killed a person.
See, I was okay with that because he was kind of a family man has feelings thing, but he's also a sociopath.
See, I thought it was fine because it was like, that guy's an asshole. Like, I would totally kill an asshole that I don't like and not feel a thing about it.
Right.
Well, he threatened dude's entire life, you know? I'm going to destroy your family by taking you away from them, you know?
Sure would be a shame if somebody were to take it.
What was his plan with the anti-grav gun? Was he just gonna hold back for a little bit?
I think he's gonna he'd probably lock him up at that point.
Just
you're up here now, and then like move him.
You're up here now.
You're up here now.
It demonstrated that he didn't really want to kill anybody, but he would and didn't feel bad about it if he needed to.
Oh yeah,
like he wasn't gonna kill him, but
Peter.
Yeah, he wasn't planning on killing him, but the fact that he did kill him and it served the purpose was fine with him. That was good character development for me.
And he was super down with killing Peter Parker any time that he could.
Yeah.
Well,
but like other than that, like
he could have my daughter's
he had the
boyfriend.
weapons. He could have blown up those trucks and taken the stuff, but he opted to just like jump on top, steal a little bit out.
If you steal a little bit, it's fine. Once you start blowing stuff up,
no, it's not fine. But like he didn't kill anybody.
Right.
He was just like siphoning.
It's the difference between the difference between embezzlement and robbing a whole bank.
He was
and murdering the guard.
And murdering the guard.
He was okay with the plane thing because like it was wasn't the
it
plane
was unmanned.
Yeah.
It was just drone.
Plus that was his last score.
Yeah.
Poor Happy Hogan.
Yeah. I mean, he got his job.
No, I was
That's
gonna
true.
fucking lose it when like the MCU technical Iron Spider suit popped up, because that's actually how Civil War was supposed to go. Right there at the very,
he was supposed to have the Iron Spider.
Yeah, he shows him the better suit, and like, I know you got this suit, but like, boop boop boop, look at this one.
Then he reveals his
this
identity.
gives you the power to like protect your family now that you're gonna like reveal your identity, and then just to have him go, you know what? I'm gonna stick to the ground. Later.
Have you seen the Infinity War
what the fuck was
footage?
up with that?
What do you mean? That was the mature choice.
Why was
that was the very
mature?
Peter Parker choice.
He didn't, because it was his character arc where he thought he wanted to be an Avenger, but instead he wants to be more people.
He realized he wanted his teenage years, and he wanted to.
It's like how the Defenders can fight fucking Universal badasses with the Avengers.
I don't know if they can,
but they don't, because while those assholes are up there, they're down there protecting the individual person.
Down there. Way down there.
Where they belong.
Because Iron Fist is with them.
Whitewashed.
I will fucking destroy you, Tony.
He's using his Iron Fist to pull them to the bottom of the ocean.
Arguably, he's the only fucking one who can contend with the Avengers.
That's fair.
Luke Cage.
Not in this cinematic universe.
Yeah.
No, I think he could take fucking most of them.
He'd light up his fist his one fist for 5 seconds and throw one punch.
One shot.
If
he's in a movie, he'll light it up for the whole goddamn movie and just fucking glow the whole time.
Yeah, okay, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
A guy
Iron
I talked
Fist,
to...
right.
Yeah,
It's Iron Fist, right.
Fuck Iron Fist.
he said he was very pissed that Vulture was... What's her face? Liz's dad.
Yeah.
Because it is very much like... I've heard it's Liz Toombs then, instead of Liz Allen. I don't know if that was a fan-made thing, because I was trying to decide right after we watched the movie how that family works if he's still Adrian Toomes, because they call him Toomes throughout the movie.
Right.
And so I guess it's Liz Toomes, but
why does that matter?
It doesn't. I mean, like he was
guess.
a white guy and he was married to a black lady.
No,
he could
it works
easily
out.
be
That-
the stepdad. Like
no,
like,
it could have
that
worked
alone
out.
is an easy loophole.
Anyway, you guys were all pissed off about Flash Thompson, where
Yes.
the Vulture would be changed, then Liz would be changed, MJ.
It's not
Betty
about.
Brant.
It's not about the fact that they changed it. I'm fine with the changes. It's about the way they changed it. Like if they had just made Flash Thompson a black guy or an Indian guy, even like they did, that's fine. I don't give a fuck what race he is. I just wanted him to be a fucking roided out jock
Be the
pushing
correct
on
Flash
Peter Parker.
Thompson.
Yeah,
I care. I hate when they change their races.
unless
Like if it's an Asian guy or a black guy or a white guy, I don't care what the race is. Keep them their same race,
But whitewashing.
huh?
But then we'll
Well,
whitewash
yeah,
everything.
if they're Asian, like obviously
Well,
make them
was-
a white person, but like don't tell people that.
Especially the name's Danny Rand.
Yeah.
Was-
obviously Asian.
Was Ned ever in the comics? He was made for the
I
movie,
don't-
right?
I think
It doesn't.
Never heard
I
of
don't
that.
even
It's
care about the
always been
minor
Harry.
characters.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Where then you can create a character like Ned, who's a major part of the movie,
Exactly.
and have him be a different race.
That's the point that I tried to make when
It's just
people were
make
like,
new
"Why do you?"
characters.
Yeah, if you want to have Peter be into Zendaya's character, just call her literally anything but Mary Jane.
right.
Anything
a
else.
new love interest.
Yeah.
Marvel came out and
And-
said they will not talk any more about that. They said they will answer no more questions about that.
Well, yeah, because everyone.
They've officially people are like, well, we're not in, like, nope, we're done. No more.
because Mary Jane,
Well,
they're gonna
yeah.
make a real Mary Jane.
That's really fucking stupid of them. Fuck them for that. Like, oh, let's just fuck this up, and then when people start to question us, we'll just be like, we're not gonna talk about it.
I mean, that's
Well,
how
that's-
Christians solve their problems.
That's true.
Well, I guess, like, they did.
La 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 la.
I can't hear
I
you,
guess they
Space
did
Ghost.
answer questions for a while, but then, like, it just kept, like, pouring in, like, the same type of things and, like, all this, and they're just like,
You can't make a controversial decision and then just be like, oh, you guys didn't like the controversy? Well, we're just not gonna talk about it.
don't
Well,
talk to you.
I think they hoped it wasn't going to be controversial.
Well, I mean, like
They were gonna make one of their most iconic characters, whose most notable trait is her
Yes.
red hair.
Well, that's why every character was different in the movie anyway. I think it
Spider-Man
was
2.
leading up
she's
to
gonna
that. in a
dye
way.
her hair red.
I mean, she could be a black or
And then
red
she's
hair.
gonna walk by and go, hey, Tiger.
Well, see, I feel like that's the same way.
Who
you
else
guys,
was different other than Flash and Mary Jane?
I listed like every character was different.
Who?
Betty Brant, Liz
Who the
Allen.
hell is that?
Liz Allen
She was
is
a minor
the
character.
daughter of the Vulture.
Well, no, I mean,
Well, she's not, but
Yeah,
she is.
she's not. She is in this movie.
was
and
she
then-
black in the comics?
No,
Okay, who's Betty Allen?
Betty
Betty
Allen-
Brant.
Betty Brant.
Betty Brant was the girl who worked
She was the
for J. Jonah
receptionist?
Jameson.
Yeah.
J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, short hair.
And that's how she
Yeah.
looked in the comics too. How she looked in the Sam Raimi movies.
Okay.
I mean, in the Tobey Maguire movies.
Yeah.
Yes, and in this, I mean, she was blonde white girl, which is the closest representation of a character in this movie to their comic book counterpart besides Spider-Man, I guess.
I mean,
But
Vulture was a white dude.
He was, but he was
Vulture
super
did.
old and not a family man.
I mean, I would like Michael Keaton looks good, but he's not young by any stretch.
Well,
of the
And
yeah,
then
I'm not
Tinkerer
saying it,
was
but
different.
He's not like ancient.
That's true.
Right.
Vulture
right.
looks like a fucking vulture.
okay, he's gonna die tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is his last
Like, he
robbery.
yeah, exactly. He looks like he was going to die yesterday.
Yeah, like Spider-Man needs to be careful about how hard he grabs this dude with webs.
Right.
He's
Him
gonna
apart.
turn to dust. Oh shit! I sneezed on him.
He's dead.
He's dead.
gone.
He's dead.
And then Tinkerer was different. He was a bit of older guy in the comics.
I like
The
Tinkerer in
Shocker
this.
was different. His
Shocker.
original character wasn't even the original Shocker in the movie.
See, but I'm okay with them changing small characters and just
It
making.
depends on how you define small, then.
Well, I mean, like,
Mary Jane is a bigger Spider-Man character.
right? Absolutely. I mean, Shocker is arguably one of the like lowest level Spider-Man villains because nobody gives a fuck about him.
But I think they wouldn't have done that in this movie if it was the first Spider-Man movie that came out, like you were saying earlier. That
Right.
we've already had Mary Jane in the first 3 movies, and then they went with Gwen Stacy And now they're like Liz Allen, like, and here's a Black Mary Jane for fun. I don't know.
Black MJ.
Wait,
Just
Mary
MJ,
Jane.
yeah.
Hey Tony, how about that? The Star Wars references. Lego Death Star. You want to build it?
Fucking continuity bullshit.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah, that does.
Oh, you know those
frustrate me.
walkie thingies? He doesn't fucking know what an
be fair-
AT-AT is, but he fangirls over a Death Star. Peter Parker is either
It
they
was
have no
Ned's.
idea what
it was
continuity.
Ned's Death Star.
Yeah, but he was super
He was
excited about
excited
it.
for Ned. He was a good friend.
No.
Okay, I will say.
Peter Parker, either they don't know what continuity is, or Peter Parker is a fucking
He
poser.
likes
No.
Legos and
No.
he's friends with Ned.
I will
Okay,
say.
to be
the
fair-
Death Star is a little more iconic than a
Yeah,
fucking
like
AT-AT.
I've seen fucking Star Wars a million times. I didn't know what the fucking walkers were called. I just called them walkers. They're giant fucking camel-looking fucks.
Yeah, that's true.
But I've always known the name of the fucking
he
Death
would have
Star.
described it that way in the movie when he's swinging around. He's like, "You guys know the things from that really
Walking
old movie?
camel-looking
Those
fucks."
walking camel-looking fucks."
I wish
Jesus,
that,
Tony, how old is this kid? He's on the younger side.
I wish that was
Well, he
the.
swears like a fucking sailor.
I wish that was the abbreviation
So do
for
you.
them too. Instead of AT-ATs, is GWLFs. Giant walking-looking fucks. I don't know.
Giant walking camel-looking fucks.
But like, would you? If I came over and I was like, Blake, I got this Lego Death Star. You want to build it? Would you be like, how many pieces is it? It's the Lego Death Star. That's the best thing ever.
Maybe he's just really
To
excited
be
about
fair-
Legos.
See, that's what I said.
To be
I'd be
fair,
excited for that.
He was just excited for
It's
Legos.
also, you gotta think it's his best friend. Like, if you came up and was just like, hey, I got
This
all
is
these
gonna be
Legos.
mean.
And then I'd be sitting there like, cool, give them to me, nerd. And then you would leave them.
And then
it was me.
you would
Yeah, that's right.
It was me.
I just jizzed all over this ugly girl. Be like, cool, man. Yeah, I'm really proud of you.
Cool, leave. Wait, what?
Take
why,
the other
why
girl.
did you shit all over an ugly girl?
She didn't know about it. It's fine.
You're not into it.
I like how
but
Brandon
that's his
first said,
thing.
yeah, cool,
He's like,
leave.
all right,
Wait a
yeah,
minute.
Cool, man.
Good
Yeah,
for you.
great. Yeah, it just came on her face.
So
It's
I'm
great.
fine with that. That doesn't bother me.
I also like to think that going off where he's just like, oh fuck, they talked about Star Wars when I was fighting in that fight. I should go watch all the Star Wars.
He's the one that came up with the fucking Star Wars thing. They didn't talk about it. He's the one that brought it
Yeah,
up.
but like-
Yeah, but then he might be like,
Now that you're right,
Star
you realize
Wars.
We're
everyone.
focused way too much on this. We're gonna stop talking about this.
this is a big point in the movie.
Oh, I know what we need to talk about now.
What?
Tony Stark's little flying robots and why the fuck he had those.
No.
That's fine.
But that's cool too. Let's talk about that, yeah.
Why did he have those?
It's
What
a precaution.
other than holding a boat? No, other than holding a boat together, what possible thing could he put?
Any sort of structure.
Yeah.
He could have used them when
Yeah, but
Sokovia was falling.
when was he just like sitting and he's like,
My
what?
thought
Okay.
process
That's
is
probably when he made them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, ah, fuck,
I was
Sokovia
thinking that
Falls.
he came up with them after the Sokovia incident because of the whole. If he could have decelerated that shit, they wouldn't have had to destroy the city. You could decelerate.
He was gonna
the-
decelerate it with like 200 of those things.
He could
probably
try.
a lot more.
I especially
It pushed together a boat.
It did-
that is a
That's
little
split in
less than
half.
an entire
Sure.
hunk of city.
I'll give you that. But it pushed together the boat easily.
It did it so casually.
If they just tried a little hard, they could hold up a whole city.
Well,
I mean, like he's not gonna send out
this.
the he's not gonna
that's
send out
really
the city's
impressive by
worth for a
himself.
boat.
Yeah.
It just fucking encompasses the entire.
It just-
Right.
Hits one guy in the face.
So the thing that I just didn't like it because it seemed like one of those things that is conveniently too specific.
Oh,
to
we
that.
built this thing just for this.
It was like, oh, I was sitting there, and after I made Ultron, I was like, what else do I do? Tiny robots with thrusters on them to hold things together. I'll make 1,000 of them, and they'll hold
fair.
boats together, and maybe they can hold up a city if that ever happens again.
All right,
But mostly just a
Aziz,
boats
calm
thing.
down.
Jesus.
I said, all right, Aziz, calm down.
I don't like when movies do
Well,
stuff like that.
between Avengers and Iron Man 3, he built, what, it was like 50 suits.
Yeah.
And
Plus-
so it makes sense that he's just working on shit, and it just
Yes,
happens.
but that
Plus
that
it's all
shit
the
is way
contingency
too
plans.
specific. He's
That's-
just working on shit and he's like tired of suits. What if instead of entire suits, I just make the boosters over and over again.
Well, the suits had specific functions too that were.
Yeah, they were
why
very
didn't he keep
specific.
making those?
Because
like-
Pepper
because
made him
specific-
stop.
It's like Batman making a bunch of different gadgets. You never know when he's gonna fucking use them.
Right.
They all
Right.
have
Like
a
Like
use.
Batman,
shark
Batman and Iron Man
repellent.
are all about
Need it.
the plot gadget. Like that's their thing. Is that
I don't like
they
plot
happen
gadgets.
to have something that's specific
You
for
just
this.
don't like
because
Inspector
bad
Gadget,
writing.
do you? He's all
I
about
love
that
Matthew
full-
Broderick.
Not in the second one though. Second one's not good because Matthew Broderick's not in there.
Was there a second one?
Yes,
There
you
was a
saw
second
Inspector Gadget 2.
There was
No.
a second.
There was a woman. It was a woman
Yeah.
gadget.
Oh,
what?
Equality.
Did she
Nice.
have? Did she have
No,
like
not
a
really.
go-go
Woo!
gadget dildo?
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
All right,
And a
we're going back
vibrating
to
arm
Spider-Man now.
Really?
No.
What do we need to talk about, Brandon?
She was
Go
a
go
better
gadget,
model.
big boobs.
Boom.
Airbags.
What we need to talk about is the end credit scene.
Dude, fuck that end credit scene. That was some baby back bullshit.
I
wrong
was
with
looking
it?
over at Tony the whole time.
Fucking
While we're
everything
waiting on the
was
credits.
wrong
I'm just
with
sitting
it.
there like,
like
I can't
that
wait, I
fucking
can't wait.
That's so dumb. Like, if any other franchise wants to do that, great. You want to make fun of the fact that we sat through your credits for an end credit scene? That's totally fine because it's stupid that we do that. But Marvel did it, and they're the ones that started end credit scenes. They're the reason I have to sit through the end of credits on every comic book related fucking movie, and then they have the audacity to be like, haha, gotcha nerd, you're a fucking idiot for sitting through this. And it's like, you fucking made me do this. This is your fucking fault, and you're gonna make fun of me for it? Fuck you and everything you stand for.
To be fair, I loved it.
I thought it was
Spider
great.
walking by your foot.
Holy shit, that's a really fucking big spider.
Big.
I forgot Tony's fucking terrified of spiders.
I literally watched it just come walking out and it was
Perfect
like
for the fucking Spider-Man podcast. But no, that was so stupid.
before he showed up.
Nailed it.
Marvel,
I thought it was great because it was unexpected. It was a great joke.
Yeah,
that's
I thought
like
fucking
it was a
hilarious.
great joke,
I
but
didn't
you
find-
can't make fun of end credit scenes when you're the reason they exist.
I did
That's
not
like
like
you
it.
bringing like a fucking pizza to a potluck and then making fun of people and calling them fat for eating it. Like you're the fucking
You've
person
never
that
done
brought
that?
It's
it.
a potluck.
It's
You don't know what a potluck is?
like when people all pitch in food and then everybody eats together.
Is that not just a pitch-in?
It's also
Pitch in
called
potluck,
pitch in.
they're synonyms.
I've never heard of a potluck.
See, thank you.
I've heard
All right,
pitching
we're not-
a million times.
Yeah, right?
They're the same thing. That's
But
usually
see,
what people call
you
it, is
know,
pitch in
like-
or potluck.
You know,
I would
you're
like
you're-
that end
You're
credit
fucking
scene.
a guy in his
Shut the
ass.
fuck up about
You know,
that.
you're pitching.
So
Pitching in.
with that end credit scene, if Deadpool wouldn't have done the Ferris Bueller one, this one would have been funnier.
Nope.
But since like Deadpool just did the Ferris Bueller where he walks out in the road, he's like, "Oh, what are you still doing here?" Like that was way funnier than just like
kinda
Again,
liked the
because
Ferris
that's not
Bueller
that's
references that
that's
they keep
not
making.
Marvel, so they can do that. They can make fun of people who sit through end credits.
yeah,
'cause
Fox
that's Deadpool's
Fox
thing,
love
is
fucking
breaking
people
the
over.
fourth wall.
Like
Yeah.
they're completely fine with it.
they'll
To be fair, Deadpool was the first movie they stopped fucking over, so
yeah.
let's give them credit
well,
on that.
Like they could do that though because they're like, oh, you think that just because it's a superhero movie, you have to sit through to the end of the credits to get something cool. Well, here's a fucking end credit scene for you. Are you happy about it?
You
Like
think we're
that's
gonna show
funny.
our other movie?
That's awesome. Like, I would love if other like random movies did that. That would be hilarious. But Marvel can't do it because they're the reason it exists, and I hate end credit scenes.
They were in credit scenes before Marvel.
Marvels are more iconic because they're teasers for the next film.
right.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
nobody
upset
else
me
does
about
that.
it is
It's
because
like I'm watching this to get an idea of what the next big thing they're doing
And
is.
that's what I meant, is like, that's the only reason I stayed through the end credits. I don't stay for a joke, especially one at me for staying through the end credits.
The Guardians
that
ones.
said, I did enjoy
yeah, but they
it.
added like 15 of them.
Well, true.
Well, the thing with fucking Captain America showing up in all those stupid little videos.
That was
promos,
great.
yeah,
That was so
hilarious.
good.
So you got detention.
You know what you did was wrong, but
There's no
Your
one-
bodies are changing.
Believe me, I know how that feels.
I do not want to be fucking scolded by Captain America on a TV in a detention room. Like, so you got detention.
my favorite one was the first
My
one.
friend,
though.
your
My
gym teacher.
friend, your gym teacher, and he's on the other side of the
Yeah.
TV.
That was Hannibal Buress, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Hannibal
Yeah,
Buress.
he's really good. Pretty sure that guy's a war criminal now, but whatever.
I gotta show you these.
state mandated. I gotta show you these.
Although a guy I work with was pissed off at that. He's just like, then they threw in, oh, he's a war criminal. He's like, what the fuck? Like, no, that shouldn't be a joke in the movie. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, it is, though.
It's a pretty funny.
Plus, he's gonna be Nomad in Infinity War. That's cool.
He's gonna be a what?
Nomad. One of his random alter egos that he did when he wasn't Captain America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's gonna
Does he still carry the shield?
No. He dropped the shield at the end of Civil War.
Nomad.
Well, he loses his shield all the time, Raimi.
Yeah, gets a different one.
He's very calm.
Yes.
He's not mad.
But
He's
Iron
got
Man
an
was
awesome
like, my daddy
solid
made that
snake
shield.
beard, too. Have you not seen the posters for it yet?
I watched the trailer. But...
You watched the trailer? But you didn't see
He's
the
in the
awesome solid
trailer,
snake
but
beard?
the trailer has sucky footage.
Yeah, okay, I thought that was him that I saw.
The
but
guy
yeah,
with the
but-
beard near
yeah.
the end.
Yeah.
He's wearing, like, his Age of Ultron suit with the star ripped out of it.
It's so cool.
Why?
Because he's not Captain America anymore.
He's not allowed to
He's
be spangly.
Nomad.
Nomad.
Man without a land.
Hey, are you angry?
To be fair,
Is he gonna
that
make
was...
him call him that? Because that sounds really dumb.
I
They probably won't ever say that.
But they'll...
That's
yeah.
the comic book name for
Plus,
him.
his costume in the comic book looked really fucking dumb when he was Nomad.
Because it was the one that showed his chest, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'll pull it up
I
real
was
quick
talking
for you
about
guys.
It was just a deep V. Imagine the deepest V.
Like, take an Iron Fist deep V, make it deeper.
Make it deeper and then take away the cool dragon tattoo.
It goes all the way down to his happy trail.
No, it goes all the way down to his pubes.
His
You
dick
just goes-
showing. It
goes
goes all the way down to his
Tasteful sack.
It's
So
past
yeah,
his dick.
he was dumb.
Oh god, that looks awful.
Yeah.
Don't you want Chris Evans to wear that though?
Yes,
I mean,
yeah,
I
I
do.
do.
You're gonna need
I'd
to
look at Chris
You're gonna need
Evans
to
in
put
that.
that.
Yeah, I need to put that picture up. It's hilarious.
I'll send it to you.
Although,
I'll send you a link.
I'll send you a link.
the golden circles around the side of his chest, they have added those onto the suit. Like, they just enhanced the things he had carrying his
The
shield.
gayness.
They enhanced the gayness by 100%.
Gayness.
So they're making reference to it, which
Right.
is nice.
What the hell is he gonna do without a shield? That's like his thing.
Punch people?
Yeah, he's
mean,
still
he's-
super
he's-
soldier.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like,
What's Spider-Man gonna do without web slinger? Punch people? What's
Have Ned shoot his web slinger at.
But it's the way that he fucking his style. He's based
Right.
all of his fucking fighting movements.
He's gonna learn a new
off having a
fight
shield.
movement. He's gonna pretend he has the shield and get shot 1,000 times.
speaking of what Spider-Man gonna do without his web, that I really liked. They were, I don't want to say making fun of some of the things that happened to Spider-Man, but like he wasn't just like perfectly slinging sometimes. Like
he
that
was
one
a
time
novice.
where he ran and he shot forward and it just flew off over the trees and he's like, oh, and he just had to run through the
I
field.
love that.
Or
I thought that was amazing. Or when he like was
from like a
swinging,
crane or something, and,
And he
the
just,
fucking,
like,
the
hits-
web snapped and he fucking fell on his ass.
Yeah, yeah.
or when he was like swinging and it looked like he like misjudged the angle and he just like swung into the fucking ground
I
and
love
he's like,
how
I'm okay.
inconsistent-
And he-
I love
Like-
how inconsistent he was with that shit, and also how inconsistent his webs are. Because, like, they're supposed to be, like, stronger than steel, and then fucking Michael Keaton cut through it with a regular-ass knife.
I totally just realized that
Like nothing.
that was the Tobey Maguire scene where he shoots the web. That was when that's entirely the Tobey Maguire where he learns. he's like-
Fly! Go web go!
and it just
Shazam!
it goes. He's like,
Just
that was basically the same scene.
I just like that they made fun of some of those tropes, like when like Spider-Man always fires towards the camera, so you never see what it sticks to, and so he did that, and then it like shows where it just
pans over.
flies off, and it's like, oh, there's nothing for him to actually swing on, so he's got to run this shit out. Like,
Well, see, it was nice that they took him out of the city. Because we've seen him in the city for 5 movies.
yeah,
And
Well, like, it's always been a running joke that Spider-Man would be very different if it wasn't in New York.
yeah, oh yeah.
Well, like in the Spider-Man 2 video game, they had like the fucking big ass park area,
Oh, I hated
and
that.
you couldn't fucking swing on the trees. or
Yeah.
anything.
It was a nightmare getting in
This is
Central
terrible.
Park.
and trying to get to the Statue of Liberty. And,
Right.
like, if you are just far enough away from the helicopters or whatever, you're screwed, you fall in the water.
Right.
or like if like you can misjudge it and you like swing down and you land, and then you have to try to get momentum again.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good.
And like and that happened in the movie too. It reminded me a lot of the Spider-Man 2 video.
Well, see, they were saying they were pissed off,
The
too.
only good video game movie adaptation ever.
Wolverine Origins.
I like
You
the
like
Amazing Spider-Man game.
I heard those were closer to Spider-Man 2.
They were.
Yeah.
The second one was definitely better.
I say they were glitchy at first.
Amazing
They
Spider-Man
definitely
2.
had to fix them.
Because in the first Amazing Spider-Man game, you swung off of nothing. Again, they brought it back to that.
Which is irritating as fuck.
Yeah.
That's why
Although-
I'm excited for the new Spider-Man game.
I liked what you
Yes.
said, Remy, when you were like, they took him out of the city because we've seen him in the
Yeah.
city for 5 movies now.
Right. Thanks for liking that.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to
Yeah.
transition
Thumbs up.
into being like, and they did a lot of things different. Like,
But
in
okay.
this movie, he was he
Like
had
Mary Jane was
yeah,
black.
he had an identity crisis,
No,
and
MJ
he
was
was
black.
always
We've been
missing
through this.
things because he was Spider-Man, and like he had to dual life, and he was trying to hide it from Aunt May. All new things. Like,
Well, see, I heard people were pissed off. Don't fucking patronize. But they were pissed off that he was actually destroying people's property.
Oh,
No,
when
I
he's
loved
when he's
that. That
running
was
through the
fucking
backyard.
great.
Yeah.
That was great.
It just enhances his inexperience. But they were saying they were pissed off because he was so good in Civil War at fighting Giant Man. And
Yeah, they did depower
Bucky
the fuck
and-
out of him. Like he was really depowered.
Like, he kicked Falcon and Bucky's ass immediately.
right, Solo.
And then
He
had
fucking like,
trouble with
oh,
Falcon.
is that a robot arm? Cool, and just fucking like pushes him over like a goddamn nerd. He
Right.
just
I like to think that
Well-
was mostly the suit.
At the same
Because it has the
time-
training wheels program built into it, so maybe Tony like actually built it in to
he
actually
could
like,
actively stop a bus with his bare hands. He didn't
Without
need the
the
suit to do
Blake,
that.
please go ahead.
I was gonna say, the Avengers. You know, he's already seen what the Avengers can do.
I guess, yeah. Where it's just like, these are just punchy people.
Right, yeah.
just punchy people.
But then
This guy
you
go
go up
punch me?
against
I mean, like
Go
Winter
punch
Soldier,
Falcon.
he
You
wasn't
better fucking
exactly
Falcon.
advertised.
Vulture. You go up against Vulture, you don't know what to expect.
Well, I mean,
He
was
should be
going up
better
against
with
Winter
Vulture.
Soldier and Falcon.
He fought Falcon. He should know how to fight a flying thing.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
but Vulture was
Have you
like
met
a
Falcon?
million
He's like a
times
cousin
better than
of
Falcon.
birds.
Yeah,
Falcon
why- and,
just
like, he
flew
didn't-
around and had fucking Uzis.
he didn't necessarily kick the shit out of them. Like, he was beating them, but he still had he had the moment where he got caught by Falcon's whatever thing.
After he webbed them on the floor and subdued them.
Well, yeah, but like he didn't. They got away. He webbed them
Eventually,
all,
like 5 minutes later.
yeah, and then he was the first one to get taken out of the fight.
The fight just kind of ended when he
Got
was done.
punched.
Plus, I did
Yeah.
like
By
the,
Giant
I did
Man.
like the reference they did when they were like, if Cap wanted to lay you out, he would have.
Yeah, I like that.
I did
too.
like that. That was a nice
They all-
subtle way of
It was basically
depowering him.
everyone in that fight took it easy on you.
Because you're a child. You're a little
You were a
kid.
I know what a
Little
girl
child.
sounds like.
I know what a girl sounds like.
I'm not a girl, I'm a boy. I'm a man.
Camille's a man's name, and I'm a man.
Some Gundam for you.
Donald Glover was so good.
Oh yeah, he was my favorite character, and not just because I'm a fanboy of Donald Glover, but,
Yeah, me
Donald
too.
Glover's the best.
but he's just like, I love how high he looked the entire time.
Oh, yeah, he was
It was
fully fucked up.
great.
Well, it's literally high while you're shooting.
Well, I mean, like,
Did you read that somewhere,
Probably.
Remy?
Yeah, yeah, I did.
it was funny, just being like, had that face.
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah,
time.
that
He-
face
like
that
he was-
on a vocal podcast we all see you making.
That face.
Hey,
But-
we'll just fucking put Donald Glover's face there.
I-
It could be
and
any
like
of his
how-
faces. It doesn't even
I
need
liked
to
how
be-
cool he was about it too. Like he got webbed to his own car, and there's a guy in a spider costume, and he's like, "You gotta get better at interrogating people. You're really bad at this."
That's not what you sound like. Yeah, it is. I literally just heard you like the other day. You sound nothing like this.
I also like that he was like when they were doing the gun deal, and he's just sitting there like, man, I want something to hold the place up. I'm not looking to like shoot them back into the future.
Well, see, he was calm too when he was being held up by Shocker, I guess it was, where Spider-Man's ringtone went off, and
That was
he's like, "Did
that
you
was
fucking?"
second Shocker, not first Shocker. First Shocker
Right,
was
right.
getting the big gun, and then the Black Shocker.
Black Shocker.
Well, Black Shocker was technically the real
Shocker.
Shocker.
Yes, but he
Right,
just had the
right,
gun.
right.
now that we have the important part of the scene down, Raimi, please continue.
But yeah, he was pointing the gun at Aaron Davis, and he was still just like, "Whoa, man, like you don't have to do
I
this."
didn't do this.
It's not my phone.
Did you call the cops? Nah, like really? No, I didn't.
Do I look like the kind of guy that would have that ringtone?
Well, he's probably
motherfucker?
been through that a few times.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I
tend
like
to get
Andrew
more calm with
Garfield's
things as they
ringtone
happen
better
over and
than Tom Holland's ringtone.
The Yodelay.
I don't like the Yodel. I love the Spider-Man theme song on Andrew Garfield's phone when it rang.
They can't do that again, though.
So?
That's the problem with 5 movies.
Well, yeah, but I mean, even not having that would have been like if they didn't do the Spider-Man ringtone. That's cool. But why the yodels?
I bet Tony
didn't
would
like
just
the-
for
Star Wars.
weirdness. Just like Peter and Ned's secret handshake.
Well,
Like,
that was
it's
cool.
just-
I liked that.
Yeah.
But
was a
it's
nice
just
little-
to add in.
Other than it fucking lasted forever.
Yeah, it lasted
That was
a
the
little
joke.
too long every time.
I fell asleep, woke up, they're still doing the damn handshake.
Took 2-hour nap, still handshaking.
That should have been the end credit scenes.
I mean,
I
if
was
they
gonna
only
say.
if they only
Step
did
by
it
step,
once.
teaching you it.
They did it twice.
I know, but if they only did it once, it would have been better.
Twice? No, I think twice is enough to show that they.
Twice
it's a
was
regular
the limit.
thing.
Yeah.
I agree. Twice was enough to show that it was way too fucking long. And the first time I was like, that seemed long. And then the second time I was like, yeah, no, that was long.
They
That
should have
was
done
too
it
long.
a third time when someone was in peril. And he's just like, I really need to, Ned, please.
The boat's sinking, and he's like, I gotta start webbing this till Tony Stark's bots get
All right,
and he's
see you
like,
later.
Finish the handshake, Peter.
Iron Man shows up, he's just like, what the fuck? You don't deserve the suit, and handshaking
You
bastard.
wouldn't let me get out of it.
He's still doing it, talking to Tony. You're not even in the suit.
I don't know. I think it'd be better if he just didn't finish the handshake, and then that made Ned the bad guy of the second movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of like those.
He looks over, and Ned is still
Is
doing it with nobody,
Ned
just waiting for
leads
Peter to come
a
back.
villain?
I don't know. Maybe.
I actually really enjoyed the that part where when Tony sent the his suit to go get him, and he's like, oh, it's really cool you came here. Like the suit opens, like, no, I'm actually elsewhere. And then he's like, you're not even in the suit, and he like mask off, and he
Walk
just
the
gets
fuck
out of
out.
it. He's like, oh, you're in the suit.
Yeah, he's
It would have
intimidating
been.
as fuck.
It would have been way cooler if they hadn't shown that part in the trailer, so I didn't know it was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But I just love that interaction where he was like, he tried to stand up and be like, you're nothing right now. Like this is just the suit. Like you can't actually like scold me. And he just steps out of the suit. And it's like,
Yeah, that was intimidating and cool. It would have been better as a surprise.
So, yeah, Ned Leeds, that is him. He's not
Yeah.
a villain, but he is from the comics. He was a white, blonde-haired kid.
Oh my god, we're still on this.
And he went out with Betty Brant.
Get over this race thing.
No,
But
this is just
So-
so rainy racist.
and that's I would say the reason that I just liked the movie instead of loving it was all these little things were great and the characters were pretty good. Like Toombs as
Except
the
Flash. Flash was trash.
like Michael Keaton's Vulture was amazing. Tom Holland's Spider-Man was amazing. The little things in the script were really good. It was just the fact that I went into the Spider-Man movie and I was like, I bet I know what's going to happen. Peter Parker is going to have an identity crisis where he's trying to be both people, Spider-Man and Peter Parker, and it's getting in the way of his relationships, and he can't tell Aunt May, and that's causing a rift, and then he's going to wonder if it's worth it at some point, and then at some point he's going to cause more harm than good, and then Tony Stark's going to come in and be like, hey, I told you to stay close to the ground, and you didn't do it, and so I'm taking the suit away.
Did you know he was going to say those words exactly?
Yeah, because it was in the trailer.
I think that's why it worked out. I only watched one trailer.
Yeah. We
Well,
need to
but
stop
like,
watching
You
trailers.
told me, do not watch the next. You're like, do you see the
Yeah,
trailer?
but-
Don't watch it. I'm like, okay.
Like, I've had movies ruined for me, but when I watched that trailer, like, it ruined the movie, but not really, because that's what I guessed the movie was going to be anyways. Peter Parker is going to have an identity crisis. He's going to go back to his roots and wear his original suit and realize that he doesn't need all the gadgets.
Isn't
And-
that just every Spider-Man story ever?
Yeah, that's the point.
That's almost
I think
That's
it
why I
would've
didn't like it.
I think I would have been upset if
yeah,
you would have
but
told
it's
Aunt May
like
that he was
really
Spider-Man.
overdone as Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Other characters have that story happen to them, but like it's not their main thing. And it's like there's been like 5 Spider-Man movies, and every single one is, oh man, can I be Spider-Man? Can I do this dual life thing?
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Yeah.
Well, like, that's the cool thing about Marvel is that most of those characters don't have a secret alter ego. Like, Daredevil does, but the majority of them, Daredevil, Spider-Man, that's about it.
Spider-Man pretty much doesn't. Like, once Iron Man
He's
knows his
fucking
identity, like, they still do whatever they want to do with his secret identity, I guess, while still having him known.
Well, like, it's,
Which is the best of both worlds, I guess.
right, it's
but-
still frustrating. Like, Civil
But they
War,
could have
when
done
he
that
unmasked
here. That way
himself,
they
that
didn't
was
have to
cool,
do this.
But then they fucking completely erased that bullshit.
If they could have just
oh my god, I hate that.
not done the same story again for the 5th time, like they're rebooting it, and they.
Yeah.
I like that they didn't have to do the origin part where Uncle Ben died and it was your fault. That was great that they cut that out.
I went to a science place and a spider bit my hand.
Yeah, you might as well cut.
Spider's dead, Ned.
Yeah, you might as well cut to another different story where you don't have to worry about your dual life. Like,
Right.
have some other problem for Spider-Man, please.
In the future, they'll probably get to
Well,
that.
I mean, like, yeah.
Why couldn't they do that here?
Well, they should have, but I think it is introducing him
they
to
still
the
had
MCU
to,
type of thing.
yeah, they still had to do the introduction, regardless of whether they did an origin story or not. They needed the introduction story to
He's
what
been
Spider-Man
introduced.
And
is in other canons.
Yeah, but
No,
everybody's
As a piece of shit
seen those
each time.
movies.
in Civil War, that was a
Tobey
better
Maguire was
introduction.
great.
Yeah.
Like, that was the best possible introduction. Tom Maguire is pretty good. I'll give him.
Alright, Randy, mine was a joke. Yours sounded more serious.
I'm fine.
Tobey Maguire was a good start to Spider-Man.
Like when we're,
I love this movie.
I mean, it came out in 2001.
Tobey
One.
Maguire was
Yeah.
really good when the movies came out,
Yes.
except in the 3rd one.
Oh, no, was
Yes.
it one? It might have been a little later than
I don't
that.
know. Point
One, I
is-
think, was
is
2000.
that for its
I think
time,
it was
great.
2001.
For its time, it was great. But then you go back and watch it, and they are hilariously bad.
I think all the Spider-Man actors have done a good job with what they had.
What
to
they were
do.
given.
Yeah.
To a degree.
I like Andrew Garfield a lot.
See, I liked Andrew Garfield. I didn't like his face.
What?
What? Nobody does
That's his
like
best
Andrew
asset.
Garfield's face.
He just doesn't.
I loved Emma Stone.
Get out.
Oh, everybody loves Emma Stone. Emma Stone.
You could die in a fire. Fuck you.
Andrew Garfield's face. He just doesn't look like Peter Parker to me. I
He's a
didn't
little
like.
white boy with brown hair.
He's too pretty for Peter.
No, he's not pretty enough.
What?
Like that's the thing.
Wait!
Like Peter's not supposed to be pretty by any means, but like Andrew Garfield has a fugly ass face. I'm sorry, a
Are you saying like?
Are you saying Tobey Maguire's better looking than Andrew Garfield?
little bit.
Go fuck yourself!
Like face wise, definitely.
Take your dick off and shove it up your ass.
I think-
Definitely face wise.
Are you
He's a
thinking-
butterface. Andrew Garfield is a butterface.
Like Benedict Cumberbatch wise, or like? what?
Yes, like Benedict Cumberbatch, they have very weird British
Okay.
faces.
See, that's what I thought you were saying.
I'm over here now.
Be
It's
over
fine.
there.
I understand
stand-
where he's coming
I stand
from.
with Tony.
They're too British. Tom Holland at least looks normal.
Oh no.
I think you're just racist against British people.
That's not even a thing. That's nationalist.
You're making it a thing right now.
Daniel Radcliffe is pretty as fuck.
I'm
Daniel
actually
Radcliffe is
just
pretty as fuck.
Wolverine.
Yes,
speechless.
I think Andrew Garfield looks better than fucking Daniel Radcliffe does.
Yeah, I'm
10
absolutely speechless that you could say Andrew Garfield has a fugly face.
Really?
I could see you saying you're not attracted to him, maybe, but you can't.
Maybe.
Motherfucker's basically got a unibrow. Like, he's got like
Podcast
super
over.
Jew hair,
Fuck this.
unibrow. Like, you guys don't even see this shit. Okay, I'm gonna look up a picture. This is fucking like he's not pretty. He's not.
Okay. While you look up a picture.
He's 10 times better than Toby.
Oh no.
Toby was also like 10 years older.
That doesn't matter.
That totally
Andrew
fucking
Garfield
matters.
is literally fucking Emma Stone, and you think he's not
Not
pretty.
anymore.
Yeah,
Not anymore. He was.
So
Allegedly.
fucking Macaulay Culkin was fucking Mila Kunis, and he looks like a goddamn
When?
crack addict.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
When was
Why
that
is it
ever?
was?
No, he looks better now.
Oh yeah. I
Oh,
did
does
see
he?
that.
Oh, I thought you meant
Yeah,
not
he
anymore to
cleaned
that
up.
fucking
I
Mila
just showed
Kunis,
Blake
because
that
I would
the other day.
argue
Yeah, he
that
got
he
cleaned
never
up.
fucked Mila Kunis.
He did.
I would
That
argue
happened.
strongly.
It happened.
Yeah.
100%.
When?
Russell Brand told the
Russell
story.
Brand, yeah.
While she was with Ashton Kutcher, she cheated on him with
Macaulay
Oh,
Culkin.
no.
Yeah.
Home
look
Alone.
Yeah,
Home
look
Alone.
at this goddamn thing. His fucking nose is weird as shit. His eyebrows are too thick. He's got no chin. What the fuck? Little beady neck, little bitch.
I mean, he's not the prettiest guy I've ever seen.
He's not
but-
pretty at all. Look at this motherfucker. He is not remotely pretty.
Well, that's a pretty bad picture. but-
Yeah, I know
We're
it
done
is.
talking about this.
I'd say this is probably his best picture. This one. And that's not even that great.
We're done
That's
talking.
like average.
We're done talking to Brandon.
Of all
Entirely.
the times you've been wrong, and I'd say it's probably a lot. This is probably
In
the
this
most
one, he looks
wrong.
like fucking Tony. And we all know he's a piece of shit.
See, that's right, but the part before that where you said he's ugly is not true.
The part where you said he
Hideous.
looks like Tony, that no.
Hideous. Weird ass fucking.
I
Like,
thought we were
he
on
just
the
looks
same fucking
fucking
side,
weird,
man.
man.
We are, but he's not
Like,
ginger.
look at
That's
that
hurting
nose.
me.
That's weird as shit.
I get what you're saying.
See,
you
thank
don't.
you.
Stop just pandering to
No,
Brandon.
no, no,
Randy,
no,
you
no,
do
no.
this all the time. You go to everyone's side of you. You do this every
I
time.
love Raimi for that.
Stop pandering to Brandon's fucking fucked up fever dream where he thinks that Andrew Garfield's not pretty.
He's not. Great body, yes. Butterface, totally.
No.
Everything but his face is great.
All right,
I've
we're not
imagined his
talking
dick
about
is
this
huge
anymore.
too.
You say you bet his dick is huge?
Yeah.
All right, Remy. What else we got to talk
Okay,
about?
I was just
Circumcised,
saying.
but
I can
huge.
agree with that.
Remy, please.
Okay, I was gonna say that the ending, when I was supposed to feel something, when all the rebels on top of him, I didn't
Laughed.
really.
Yeah, I didn't feel anything there.
Yeah, I hated that scene because it was like, "Come on, Spider-Man! Come on, Spider-Man!" He was like spitting all over the place.
I will
I could
say,
have done without his giant cry scene.
I did like where he was like pathetic for that brief moment where he was like
Yeah, the
crying
help.
and screaming for help. I did like that just because it shows that he is a little fucking kid still.
I liked the lines.
He was panicking.
Come on, Spider-Man. Because it made sense for him to like build himself up. Like, I can do this.
It
like-
would have been better if he wasn't spitting. I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
And it also really took me out of the scene with that weird
The
water
mask thing?
CGI effect.
Yeah, I didn't like the mask.
Well, see,
Like
what
the
took me
water
out of the
mask.
scene was it looked like he wasn't actually lifting up anything. It looked like he was pushing weightless nothing.
Yeah.
Well, he was.
Yeah.
But it,
Technically,
He didn't really push up
But
a
you
building.
gotta,
But, like,
you gotta
when-
sell
when-
it and make
yeah.
us believe that it's
when
heavy.
Captain America's holding back the helicopter, it looks like he fucking really is. And it's
Oh.
awesome.
Yeah, he's. I mean, fucking.
Right, but Spider-Man
That
needs
guy's
that
arms.
too.
he actually just leans over, kisses his bicep while fucking
I'm
curling
surprised you
the...
didn't say Chris Evans was ugly and weak. You
No.
fucking idiot. Alright.
He's ugly and weak.
Chris
Like-
Evans is gorgeous.
I didn't like how he acted through the scene, but I liked that scene just because of, like, Spider-Man internally has the
Yeah.
strength to lift all of that off of
Right.
himself, but because of him being still a kid and just freaking out, he had to actually, like, interior, like, oh,
Right.
I can actually do this.
That scene was actually straight from the comics. There was a storyline where he was under rubble and water was filling up
Yeah.
and he was going to drown. Tony can't.
That sounds so
What
funny.
happened?
Like that's just the whole comic.
No.
It opens and he's under rubble, and it's just a whole comic of him trying to convince himself that he can lift rubble. And at the end, he lifts the rubble.
There's
and
no
you're like,
villain.
I'm actually pretty
there
happy
is a
that
villain,
Vulture
it's
did
the
not
rubble.
die.
The what?
I'm pretty happy Vulture didn't die. Like, I
Right.
really thought it was going to be like a Green Goblin moment where it's like, I'm trying to save you, and like...
All I could think when the
Like,
glider
like-
was flying around taking out the columns,
Yeah.
like he's gonna get impaled on it.
Like, and then he just
Right.
like
Willem Dafoe.
just impales himself, and then like I was like, oh, he's just gonna kill himself. And it's like he's gonna die because of his own stupidity. And then like Spider-Man's actually like, no, I'm fucking stop. I am trying to save you. And then just walked in there and just
Yeah.
picked him up. Like we're fucking leaving.
We're done.
You're leaving. You're
And
grounded.
then Matt Gargan was in there, the guy that is Scorpion. And he was the one with the scorpion tattoo on his neck, obviously, and
the
telling him
fucked
in
up
jail.
face.
Heard
Well, see-
you know who Spider-Man is? Oh, sure don't.
Well, see, that's cool with Toombs' honor also, where he was the
I really
family man.
liked
Like,
that.
he'll protect people if they do something for him type of thing.
Yeah.
So he's like, he saved my life, so I'm not giving you Spider-Man's identity.
And
I
like,
think that's his
what-
one-time thing. Like, so the next person who asks him is like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's Peter Parker.
Peter Parker's,
Well-
right? And then Matt Gargan's like, what the fuck?
that kind of went back
It's like
to
the same guy. He's like, yeah, I can't tell you I owe him a favor. Oh, really? That sucks. Ask me again.
I owed him one favor.
Well, that kind of went back to what I was saying about Toombs, where it's
Right.
like he's not. He's a bad guy, but he's like not a bad
He
guy.
has criminals' honor.
Yeah.
Honor among thieves type of thing.
Well, like, and he's not just doing it because he's a shithead. He's kind of being a villain out of necessity. Like,
Well, yeah, because Tony Stark took
Fucked
his
him
job.
up.
yeah, screwed him over, and so he was just like, I'm not gonna hurt people, but I'm gonna steal things from Tony Stark and sell them.
Well, like,
Right.
see, I don't understand why they couldn't just work together. Like, I don't get why Tony Stark had to
Tony
take
Stark's
away
not
his
going to
job.
work with anybody.
Tony Stark
That's-
didn't want...
Tony
No,
Stark's
like,
kind
that's
of an
the thing.
asshole. That's
Well,
kind of
yeah,
the
no,
thing.
it's just it's not that. Tony Stark's not going to go out and fucking individually pick that shit up.
No,
he
but
had the government do it.
I would've
So
s-
why didn't the government just like, you know what? I don't really feel like paying extra money. You guys are already doing it. You're making money off it.
I would
Give it to us.
I
Here's
would
my
assu-
thought on that.
Well, can I go first?
Fine.
I would assume that they were worried that maybe those construction workers
We're going to do exactly
would
what happened.
steal some of the parts and then sell them off as weapons.
Exact same thought.
Yeah.
Because even the
Who
one
the
like
fuck would think of that, though?
Well, 'cause,
Literally the construction workers that they took off of the
Yeah, and
project.
they just and if it weren't for the fucking fact that they had the Tinkerer with them,
Well,
it
there
was
was
just
one
like,
guy-
oh man, that sucks. I could have made some cool shit out of this. It's like, hey, you want to like make some cool shit out of this and like
I
you can rob
could.
them?
I will.
like during the time when they were doing the construction thing, the one guy knocked one of the gems off and just goes, "Pop."
That was Tinkerer.
Was that Tinker?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, but like he literally was just like,
Yeah, he pocketed
"This is
it.
gonna go in my pocket."
That
now.
was one of the only times where I was on the government's side, because like they fired him and they're like, well, we'll just sell this stuff then.
Yeah, well,
You just confirmed the government's exact fears of what you were gonna
Well,
do.
the
yeah,
government
it's like-
forced them to do that.
Well, it's the
though.
thing. It's
But
like
It's the question of
It's
would
like if
they have
people keep
eventually
accused-
done that.
Well, it's
Right.
if people keep accusing you of shit, don't you eventually become it? You're just like, oh well, fuck you. I guess I will cheat on you.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Okay.
I'm just saying.
I mean, people kept saying I was a child molester.
I think we were all thinking that in that
I'm
moment.
already labeled as a fucking child molester. Might as well go fuck a bunch of kids.
I'm on the fucking website. Kids,
and there's
come
a
here.
blue dot already.
They can't put 2 blue dots.
The cops can't unrape you, kid.
Let's put a bigger.
Let's move on. What else are we gonna talk
I'm pretty
about?
sure all of us just sat and had this unison moment, like, please no one say it. And Blake's just like, child molester.
So I loved what they did with Iron Man at the end, also with
I was
him
close with serial rapist, but continue.
with him getting
Really,
engaged
it's the
with
same
Pepper.
It'll throw him off for a little bit.
Well, it's a small bit of character development for Iron Man that we haven't had in a while.
I also
Plus,
also
Pepper Potts
really,
was in the movie.
Yeah,
so it
and
was
she hasn't
like-
been in the movie since Iron Man 3.
I really love the moment where he was like, you got a ring? Been holding on to it for like 12 years. Why the fuck have you had it for that long?
She was in Avengers.
Yeah, that was before Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
And Iron Man 3 was 2013.
Because Age of Ultron, like, he reminisced on all that.
And then in Civil War, they were taking a break.
Right.
And now they're engaged. How
Maybe.
life goes.
Maybe
How
engaged.
life goes. Yeah, they might be engaged.
If Pepper didn't come up with anything, then Tony was going to pop the question.
She didn't come up with anything. They popped the question.
You don't fucking know
They
that.
did.
Shut up.
What did you guys think of the Iron Spider suit? Because I heard a lot of people bitch about it.
Why? What's wrong with it? It's a fucking Spider-Man
Because
suit.
they were
Spider-Man
exactly.
suit.
Because
I
it's
saw
not
it.
actually, it's not
Because
actually
it's-
Iron Spider.
Yeah.
Why?
Because the Iron Spider looks like
Classic Iron Spider is Tony Stark, just
red and gold.
Spider-Man
like Iron
fused
Man.
with Tony Stark, and then 3
leg thingy.
The
legs.
3, those can pop in any time.
Yeah, that's very true. But like for the fact that it was still modeled like Spider-Man is what a lot of people had problems with. I still liked the suit itself because
I
it was
love
just
it.
Iron Spider is modeled after Spider-Man. So.
Iron Spider is just Spider-Man with Tony Stark tech.
Really,
I
just
know.
His suit
Yeah,
already has
so
Tony
that's
Stark
exactly
tech.
what that suit is.
Right.
So that's the Iron Spider in the comics. Very different.
I know. Who
I know,
Spider-Man
yeah.
is.
That
Um,
seems dumb.
Well, see,
But then the movie version.
But that's what Tony
was-
Stark gave him. Was like, here you go. Here you go. And
The
he
movie
comes with
version was
little
clearly
holsters.
fucking cooler. Like the Iron Spider suit looked dumb.
it
like,
was
I like the
weird
arm
CG or
things.
something, I think. There was something...
No, I loved
Weird
it.
about
like
it. Well-
the whole thing looks cool.
I think it looks too
me
stiff, I guess. I
Well,
don't
it's
know.
because
Is
it's
this
not a
the movie
fucking
version?
mannequin.
Right.
Yeah, that's the movie one.
I thought it looked cool.
Yeah,
I liked it.
it was detailed as shit. It looked like it was crazy, like Age of Ultron costume.
He's gonna
stuff.
wear it in Infinity War.
I know.
You've
I'm
seen
excited.
That, right?
Very excited.
I mean,
That was my end of the credits scene.
I think
that.
it would look cooler if they got rid of all the blue and they
Yeah.
had all that blue too, and that kind of makes it too much Spider-Man-y. I guess that's kind of what people
Too
are
much
saying.
Spider-Man-y.
Take away the Spider-Man aspect of Iron Spider, and you have a pretty cool suit.
And all you had to
Give
do
him
is
an Iron
iris
Man.
blue.
make it golden red and make it an Iron Man suit. It's gonna be great.
But yeah, I honestly like it better than the original Iron Spider suit. I feel like the Iron Spider looks too plain.
Coming
Two.
from the guy who his favorite fucking rendition of Spider-Man is fucking
Scarlet
Spider, who's just a guy wearing tights and a fucking hoodie.
That's different.
Was that supposed to be a nod to Scarlet Spider in
Yeah,
the movie when
had
he
to
was
be,
wearing the white
yes.
T-shirt? Okay.
Yeah,
I was wondering about that because I was like, he wasn't even wearing a white T-shirt at the party, which means he changed into his Spider-Man costume, put the white T-shirt on over it, and then took it back off.
That's right.
That's right.
His original suit is also a nod at
Yeah, it was the red suit.
Ben Reilly
wearing
suit.
That's actually what I thought he was
8.
talking about.
yeah.
I thought,
What are
I
you
thought that too.
His
Peter
his
Parker's original
homemade
suit.
suit.
Oh.
That is a nod at the Scarlet Spider suit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I also heard that people were pissed off about the Karen AI in the Spider-Man suit.
Why?
That Spider-Man doesn't
Just 'cause
need
he's
an
never had
AI
one.
for Spider-Man antics.
But fucking Tony Stark built it, so why
Right, so
wouldn't
it
he?
makes sense in universe, but they're mad that Spider-Man doesn't need one.
So
I actually really liked that part where
neither is Tony Stark, but he has one.
Tony Stark's always had one.
when he was
But
talking
yeah,
to the
so
when he was
that doesn't
talking
mean
to
he
the
needs
AI.
it.
In
True.
the comic
Alright.
series that's going right now,
Well, he does now.
he
yes.
has that because he's got the
He has Parker Industries.
because it comes with it's all because
Right,
of like to
yeah.
help with the web shooters instead of him
Yeah,
having to like
it'd be
cycle through
amazing.
it. You can just tell Karen swap
Scarlet
to
Spider.
web grenade or regular webs or shock
So-
webs, tase webs.
The AI is Karen in
There's
the
a better
comics
picture.
also.
I don't know if it's
Less
Karen.
now,
I just
okay.
know that he has like a
I-
unit to actually change it.
I don't think it was Karen. I can't remember what it was.
I like
Karen,
how
that was the name. Was
No,
Karen.
in the comic.
In the comics.
I liked it. I thought it was
I thought it was
a pretty good part of the movie when he was talking to it about Liz.
yeah.
Like that was a very human moment, despite it being an AI. Like I,
I
really
loved it
liked
when
that
it was
part.
when she's sitting there like, "Go ahead, now's your moment, Peter," and then she just
Kiss
cuts
her.
it out. I loved it. Like,
her.
why would that be his moment in
I
front
know
of
you're
everybody?
holding. I know you're
And
holding
the fact
up
that
this
she
thing.
wanted him to fucking kill people all the time.
Yeah.
Reactivate automatic kill mode? No, what is
No,
with you?
Stop it!
That's because Iron Man doesn't care about killing. Like,
Right.
he's killed
I mean,
tons of people.
he's mostly at that point now. We're like, well, might as well.
Well, really,
he programmed it in there.
Like most Marvel
He also-
characters
and,
don't
like,
give a
I
fuck
liked
about
it
killing.
as
It's
an
the
AI.
street level people who do.
I liked it as an AI too, just because it was not just a robot. It was kind of quippy at sometimes.
Right,
Where it was
well,
like,
same thing as
you
Jarvis.
you seem to not know very much about your web shooting capabilities, despite having completed the training.
You
It's
have
like,
to
oh
have a
yeah, no, I
training
totally know
program."
about it.
Maybe we should go to that refresher course real fast.
No, I got it.
You just pick one for me, and it's like fucking taser.
Yeah. Why'd you pick that one? You said just pick one. Go back to normal.
I was actually very happy with seeing all the different, like, when he was going through the list of them.
Right.
Because a lot of those are all in the comics now. The only one I didn't see was, he has web shooters that actually can, like, turn into, like, a concrete type form to actually hold them
He's
longer.
got webs that he shoots out that actually metamorph into another
Into a
spider.
robot.
He actually at one point just shoots spiders.
Spider clone jutsu.
Well, see, the spider tracers were cool too.
Yeah.
I'm glad that all that stuff's in there.
And his insignia came out and was like a little drone. To
Yeah,
fucking-
yeah. Well, it'd have been cool if he designed those,
Droney was great.
like he did in the comics, instead
See,
of
I-
everything being Iron Man.
So, like, I heard a bunch of people were pissy about that. He still created his web fluid and web shooters.
Right.
He did the important part already. Like, the drones and the random dumb gadgets.
It
That's
makes
something,
sense that
right,
it's
it
Iron
makes
Man,
sense that
but-
Tony Stark would do it, because why the fuck would Peter Parker do it? Why? What's his motivation to make a random-ass drone?
Because he's a genius. What's Iron Man's
Well, like,
motivation
I
in
think
making
most
the boat put together machine?
We are...
I don't know, baby. I don't know what his motivation is.
I think
I would love to know.
most people's problem with that is because later Peter Parker actually does
Right,
come up
Parker
with all of
Industries
that.
and shit. Yeah, I
and
get
so
that,
then just
but...
to have it all handed to him.
Well, the spider tracers were very early on. That was some of the original comics. He
Yeah.
had that.
But like he made up all that, but like since that's everybody's problem is like Tony Stark's just like, here you go.
Yeah, take the cool stuff.
Here's all
Here's some cool stuff.
So what? He's fucking
You want some
15.
boat push together robots?
He
I can
has
make
no
you some
money to do
too.
all that.
Right, exactly. That's my
Just
thought
give me more
process.
boat
Like,
problems.
be impressed with what the fuck he actually made. This makes a lot more sense. Like in the original comics, he wore the original, like the iconic Spider-Man suit that we all know and love. He made that. How the fuck is a 15-year-old gonna make that shit? It's very intricate.
Look at Tobey Maguire's first Spider-Man suit, where it's just
His
the
wrestling.
fucking-
Exactly, that's my point. That
then,
was fine.
wasn't
And then
it-
he went out and made the fucking where did he get the lenses?
He-
Where did he
Mary
get the
Jane
fucking
make
web
those?
shit? Like the
See, in that
over-
movie, it has the whole design process where he's crumpling up papers like, nope, that Spider-Man design's not good. And then he draws the iconic.
Like,
and
that's
he's
my
like,
thought
yes.
process is like if
I'm
I'm
making this.
if I'm a kid in
Fights
high school,
Bonesaw.
if I'm a kid in high school, I'm not gonna fucking be able to make a crazy Avengers suit.
Right.
I'm gonna make fucking. I'm wearing sweatpants. Like that's what we got.
And I did like that it showed that scene where he was like trying to make web fluid
In class.
in class.
Yeah,
Like in his
yeah.
chemistry class, like underneath the table.
They just
Right.
pulled the thing. I was like,
Everything was under the lockers.
Yeah.
And see, that was great in itself. Like, why do you need him to have all the gadgets? Why do you need him to make them? It's irrelevant for him to do that because
To
it's
show
just,
his intellect.
He's
someone
already
has
fucking
to have
smart.
noticed
We know
those
he's
lockers,
smart.
right? Like someone has to notice that on the wall, way above the lockers, is just metal
Skid
burn
marks.
Why do
It's
we
like-
have to keep repainting this wall?
The janitor all pissed off. Like, what is happening here?
I did like that though because that showed like a little bit of like his
Haunted
early
lockers.
his early strength where he just can walk up and just pull up the entire locker and lift it and just set it back down.
Yeah.
in
Why did he
comparison.
hide his stuff there?
Because
I don't
it's
know.
easy access, just somewhere to hide.
I'm so glad his backpack got stolen though. Aunt May gonna need another backpack. Why do you keep losing these?
Oh
Well,
man,
they took
what?
the whole dumpster,
I
so
lost my backpack. That doesn't sound very responsible at all.
Happy was amazing.
Oh yeah.
John Favreau nailed it.
Yeah.
Favorite character, really.
Alright.
I don't know. Ned was my favorite. What are you doing in here? Looking at porn.
The chess club people.
I like the.
What
I
are
like that
you
he
doing?
was-
Standing-
Nothing. What are you doing?
The thing I
Yes.
liked about Ned was that he knew his limitations as the fat kid. He's
He
like,
knew
you
his
know
I
limitations.
want
what?
to be the chair guy.
Yeah, he's
guy in
like,
the
you know
chair.
what? I understand I can't be a superhero. I'm gonna be the chair guy.
Well,
What
he
do you
asked
mean,
about
chair
the
guy?
spider. Do you think the spider? Spider's dead, Ned. Okay.
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 Can I be the guy in the chair? The what? You know, the guy in the chair. He's got the computers all around him. I sit in the chair. I tell you where to go.
I don't need a guy in the chair, Ned.
My favorite character was Martin Starr, the teacher
Yeah.
of his class that was took them to DC and all
when
that.
he's just sitting there.
Can't
Yeah.
lose another kid.
Not
Or
again.
not again.
He's so great.
That one scene was fucking amazing. Like, just that little bit really made me giggle.
Actually, thinking about that, where Flash wouldn't let go of the trophy, that was actually a really good, like, to original Flash. Like, him, like, that winning and him taking that. That's actually, like, Flash being like, I helped, this is my accomplishment.
Well, right after
I
the
get
thing.
that, and like I said, that was the guy who played him douched it up just right. But he's just not fucking Flash Thompson. He's just another douchebag.
If he was just ripped, would that be enough for you?
yes,
Yes.
If he was jacked as
If
shit,
he looked like
He'd
not
have to be-
somebody that Peter Parker could just like bully
Push-
for being like Peter Parker should be bullying him based on his looks.
I
He should
think
be
the
like,
whole point is
you're
that
fat and brown.
He
like,
should be-
what's wrong with you?
He should also be, like, bigger than he is. Like Tom Holland's got to be, like, what? 5'6", 5'7"?
You know, maybe this is why he became a
Not
bully,
very
because
tall.
people like you were bullying him, and he's
I'm
like,
gonna look
fuck
up, see how
you
tall
guys.
Well,
that
like-
kid was.
I was bullied a lot in high school.
And then you try to be mean to me. So
Right.
you're Flash. I'm Spider-Man.
But wait,
Hey,
I'm Spider.
no.
but no, like if
Okay.
if like that kind of person tried to bully me, like if they're like, you're a fucking piece of shit, I would be like, and you're fucking fat and disgusting, like go fuck yourself, and I walk away.
Yeah, but Spider-Man
I
has
would-
morals.
Yeah,
And
okay,
shame.
that's fair, but like you.
His uncle
Why are
Barney felt
you
something.
against me? You're supposed to
Oh
be on
no,
my side
no!
here.
I'm totally on your side on this argument. I'm just always on everybody else's side when it comes to making fun of you.
Yeah, it's true. Also fair. Good points. Good points. But yeah, like
Tom
he just
Holland was
needed to be
2
bigger.
inches taller than that kid.
Who are muscular Indian people?
There are none. They don't
No, there's
exist.
muscular Indian people.
Yeah, the show The Magicians is
Yeah,
one
that
of the main
was a
characters.
random
is Indian
guy. I mean, it's a show that isn't very good.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I tried to like it, but I just wasn't interested.
I
It
saw the
was-
first episode.
I mean, like
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Anyway, Spider-Man. What was your favorite part?
Donald Glover. The Donald Glover scene at the car. That was my
Yeah.
favorite scene.
Yeah, that was probably mine too.
That was really good.
Raimi.
The first thing that comes to mind is the car scene going to prom and him
stealing Flash's car was great too.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
And then the entire part of him walking toward the doors and
This
just
is
silence
27th.
Yeah.
as he was just like contemplating, like, I'm fucked. I'm gonna have to leave her at this prom. I'm gonna be such a dick.
It was Homecoming.
I'm still really happy that like Vulture was so cool. He's like, hey, I don't want you to be Spider-Man anymore, but also have fun fucking my daughter.
Yeah, but you could like fuck my daughter.
But he
at the
still
Not too
left
much
Shocker outside the school to punch a teenager in the face in case he came running out.
Right.
He's a condom.
He was dressed up as Spider.
He's a con.
Like, but what if like Peter Parker would have like he told him like you gotta look for this kid? What if he would have came running out like with the student hand? Like, would he still punch him in the face? Like,
Yes.
What if he just found this like guys look, just boom?
Yeah, but he saw Ned. He could just like follow Ned around and easily be like, "Oh, hey, that must be Spider-Man right there."
It's probably
led me
that
right
fat
to
kid. Like, you can kind of deduce certain things about Spider-Man.
Like Spider, you just look at him.
a
I'm not
great
even.
line there.
I'm not even
really
real
great
Spider-Man.
one-liner. You could be like, "Give my daughter the shocker, or I'll give you my shocker."
And he did. He gave him the shocker. He left it for him.
Give my daughter the shocker.
He's a really progressive dad.
He's a stepdad.
I think it was supposed to be her actual dad. If a white man and a black woman have a kid, the kid can be
It's an
black.
abomination.
That's the shocker.
Hulk abomination.
Tony.
One in the pink, two in the stink. That's a shocker.
All right, please actually do.
I don't want to.
That is because that's
That's what I
kid-
thought.
Yeah, it's 100% this.
What?
Yeah.
It's this.
Really?
Yeah.
That's right.
I thought it was the other
What
way
the fuck are you doing to women?
What do you mean? You thought it was this?
Yeah, I thought you put two in the stink and one in the pink.
Oh no!
That's probably what he heard a lot. Oh no!
Are you doing this right? Yeah, I believe so.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought that was why it was called the shockers, because you shocked the fuck out of them.
The pinky! The pinky's what shocks them!
That's
your
just
whole
regular
fist.
foreplay.
Stick the entire fist.
Yeah, you just stick the entire fist in. That's really shocking.
I mean, like, the pinky's nothing. That's just regular.
That's the point. It's just a small shock. Like you're not
you
supposed
can't
to like
call it the
your
shocker
whole
and make
fucking
it
leg
not
in their
shock
asshole
the fuck
to
out
shock
of them.
them.
The only reason I see this being called the shocker is because it is so fucking difficult to hold your hand that way.
It's gonna shock you to fucking break your hand doing that! That's like the prostate exam at that point. Like,
We're just surprised you were able to do it, really.
so, okay.
Yeah, I feel like my hand would start cramping
It's
up.
already cramping.
Well, it's not something that you do a lot.
Brandon, the gesture refers to the act of inserting the index and middle fingers into a vagina and the little finger into the receiver's anus. Hence the shock.
Yeah, I still think
That's
that this is more shocking.
That's just pissing
What's
somebody
this? The
off.
super shocker?
Death by electrocution.
Yeah.
The spocker.
Spocker.
The Spocker would be easier than what he's doing.
I know, it's way more comfortable.
I got used to it.
You've been doing it.
They all got used to it too. It's fine.
They're dead now.
2 fingers up the butt kills you.
Brandon ruptured
fact.
prolapsed.
Sorry, girls. You can't hear me now because you're dead.
I want one girl that actually like dated Brandon at one point that this happened to just come and be like, I knew he was doing it wrong.
Just comments on the video.
I tried telling him.
Ladies, tell me what I was doing wrong. It'd be great.
2 in the stink, really?
Does YouTube have like a limitation on how long comments can be?
No.
I said ladies, not. Well, I guess yeah, you count. All
No,
right.
I was saying because they'd probably have a lot of complaints.
Oh yeah.
I got
Okay,
your joke right
okay.
away, Tony.
Yeah, thanks. It was not as
got
funny
you.
when I had to explain it.
Oh, well, I thought
Yeah.
you were just gonna leave a bunch of complaints. I was like, okay, I guess you're a girl, but whatever.
That was a good comeback.
I try.
So my favorite part of the movie,
Was 2 in the pink.
I'd say it was probably when he first tried to take down the Vulture and got locked in the fucking semi and fucking tried to jump out and closed it and fucking smashed his head and knocked himself out. and then he
You have
got
a mild
stuck
concussion. Gee, you fucking think?
What an idiot.
But then he got stuck in that giant warehouse and shit, and he was just trying to find different ways to entertain himself until they let him out.
How long has it been, Kieran? 35 minutes.
What the fuck?
All right, open the training wheels. Tony, what was your favorite part? Did you say that?
He did not.
I think he pawned it on other people.
He pawned it off on you.
Yeah.
I did because I wasn't sure. I mean, I'd
When he
probably
saves
say-
the cat from the restaurant that blew up.
That was great.
Yeah. I really liked the car scene. I think that would probably be my favorite. Or
When he fought the Avengers in the bank.
like usually,
Wait a minute.
Yes.
You're not the Avengers. Hulk gives it away.
Nice to meet you, Hulk and Thor.
You know, there were some people complaining about the choreography of it. I mean, like, I don't know how these people expect this shit to be, but I mean, like, he's an inexperienced hero,
Yeah,
and
I
on
like the
top of that,
choreography.
he's not, like, a kung fu expert, and on top of that...
He goes to science school all day.
well,
on top of that, he's fucking super strong. Like, you don't have to choreograph shit. Like, you just fucking poke them and they die.
yeah, like when he was like throwing their fists at them.
Right,
like,
yeah.
Like I liked that. He didn't
Yeah.
really know how to fight. He just was like, "I'm strong and you're not strong, so that's how I'm gonna
Take
win
that,
this fight."
nerd.
That's
Well,
it.
That's why I also think the suit had a little built in to help him realize like what to do, because he was so amazed. Like when he caught and shoved the fist back, he's like, "Oh, that was so cool." That was his first like major fight in the suit. Other than that, he was just really just running around the city, doing
well,
stuff
I mean,
for other
he did
people.
fight the Avengers, like the actual
Yeah, even
ones.
then, like, even then, he
real
was still
Avengers.
amazed at what he was doing.
Yeah.
Well, I think he was just happy to be with the Avengers.
yeah, he was hyped as fuck.
But
maybe
I-
you could count that as, like, the adrenaline rush.
I think that's what it comes down to, though, is that his fighting was so good in Civil War for him to be depowered so much in this, fighting regular guys.
Right. See, that was my only issue that I had aside from Flash was just he. Like, I liked that he was depowered because it humanized him more, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it was like, you took down the Avengers. Like,
People they
well-
knew he could pull punch, except for Falcon.
I guess
except
you
for
have to,
Falcon, that one guy that would explode. And, you know, all of Bucky Barnes besides his one arm.
And Vision, because Vision could just phase right through it and it wouldn't do anything.
There's a man in me.
He was on Vision's side, though.
It was just a joke.
It's just a funny gag.
It's just a gag. Why you gotta dissect the gag?
I think now that I'm thinking about it, that's another flaw in the movie for me. I don't know that I had a favorite scene. Like,
You just
Yeah,
get the entire movie, right? Like the entire movie.
Well,
That's
no,
perfect.
like
it kind
usually-
of all flows into each other. In
yeah,
a way.
and usually my favorite scenes in a movie are like if there's a really
A rise or a fall.
like deep emotional scene, like
Right.
in Wonder Woman, like they had that really emotional dialogue about like
Dude
humanity.
was gonna go kill himself.
And then when Logan died and he
Or-
cried.
Yeah, that guy next to me was crying a lot. and-
Actually, the Logan
He was
death
crying
was
a
It
lot.
was weird. I
didn't even think
I
it
was
was that
next to
sad.
you.
Yeah, fucking me neither.
Fucking crybaby nerd.
Yeah, I was crying a lot, like a lot. But
What a
like
pussy.
that, those are usually my favorite moments. Are just really well acted scenes, and the car was probably the best actual
Acting,
chance to
yeah.
have acting chops. Like,
But that's all
have
Michael
it-
Keaton.
Yeah, and I think Tom Holland might have been able to pull some of that off, but they didn't really give him a chance to do that other than the "Come on, Spider-Man," and that kind
Right.
of fell flat for me.
I mean,
so
like-
I guess it would be the car scene was the best acted for me.
Well, I mean, like, I give Tom Holland props just for the fact that he's doing a fucking, like, Queen's accent so well.
He
like,
is.
He is,
Like, he's a good
nailing
actor.
that
I just
shit.
don't think they gave him a chance
No,
to
they
like
don't.
Right,
really
they didn't. They didn't.
act hard. Like,
And I think that's what they're going to do in the next movie is make it more about him. And, like, you know, this time it was about him. And yes, Tony Stark, it wasn't Iron Man 4. That was the nice thing about it, is everybody
yeah.
was worried about it was going to be Iron Man 4.
Right.
But it was more about, like...
Iron Man 3.5.
I feel like it was like that weird in-between phase where it's like he showed up in Civil War and now he's got his own movie, but it's still a part of the MCU, so you gotta like make sure that it's definitely considered part of the MCU,
Yeah.
and then you also have to like make sure that it's like, okay, well we can't have the origin story again, so we gotta. They had a lot of shit they needed to cram into one movie, so I give them props on just making it come out as good as it did.
right.
Then they fucked up the timeline.
They did fuck up the timeline. I will
8
give you
years
that.
later. What the fuck is that, Sony? What are you doing to me?
Sony, you fucked it up. You screwed the pooch on this one. Like, literally fucked a dog.
This isn't Sony, is it?
Sony
Yeah.
still owns Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's why I still had the Columbia intro.
They just let Marvel do it. they still had a say in it.
So
Sony
Marvel
gets
made
full
it.
profits
Marvel
from this movie.
Fucked up then.
But Marvel made it.
Marvel made it.
So it's
So Marvel
Marvel's
fucked
fault.
up.
Yeah, you guys said Sony, you fucked up, but Marvel made
Yeah,
it.
but I
Sony
don't
just
want to.
basically
I don't want to
produced
blame
it.
Marvel. Either way, somebody fucked up and they ruined it with 8 years later thing.
There's been a lot of justification for 8 years later.
Did it say 8 years later?
Yes.
Yeah.
From
the
cleaning up
2012, yeah.
Avengers to Spider-Man starting 8 years later.
Oh. Okay, I thought you meant from Civil War, and I was like,
No, it was
oh,
3 months
Peter
after
Parker
Civil War.
like 12? Like,
Yeah.
or, no, he'd have been like 8.
You heard that they
Jesus.
said that the kid in Iron Man 2 that
Peter
Tony
Parker.
Stark saves
Wearing the Iron Man helmet,
wearing the Iron- was Peter Parker.
where he put his hand up to start the
one of the hammer bots
Yeah.
came down and was going to kill the kid because it thought it was Iron Man.
Yeah.
That was Peter Parker.
I don't know why everybody bitched about that too.
It's fine. It's meaningless.
Right, exactly.
It's nothing.
It's like cool, man. Like that's great. I'm glad that it's Peter Parker.
Can you also say that Peter Parker was somewhere in the back of Iron Man just chilling?
Yeah, and he just happened to be here.
He was
That's
in
just
the
one of those
cave.
things. Like, I'm not mad that they did it, but just like, why? Why did
Right.
you feel the need to say that?
Yeah.
Like,
Tom Holland wanted to say it.
nobody's gonna be happy about it. It's either they're gonna be like, oh, cool, or they're gonna be pissed off.
They're trying to get people to watch Iron Man 2 some more. The probably least watched Marvel movie.
Honestly,
I
I
would say
liked Iron Man 2 over
Iron Man 3 is
3.
worse than Iron Man 2.
I don't think so.
I liked Iron Man 2 over Iron Man
Yeah.
I was happier with Iron Man 3.
You're stupid and wrong.
3.
Well, I did really enjoy the part of Iron Man 3 where Tony fucking didn't have his suit.
The entire movie?
Well, I guess, but I meant like when he's fighting and
I
doesn't
really
have
liked
his suit.
Robert Downey.
He like had to create all the
Not
fucking
fan.
gadgets and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
That was really cool.
I really liked when he had PTSD flashbacks. That was my favorite part of the movie.
Nice.
Why are we talking about Iron Man 3 again?
I don't know. Let's talk about
Because
Spider-Man
it's the second
3.
weakest MCU movie.
It means Spider-Man
What's
5.
the weakest?
Iron Man 2.
Really?
Iron Man
Spider-Man
3.
6.
I want to talk about Spider-Man 3 though.
Topher Grace.
Iron Man 3 is absolutely worse than Iron Man 2.
100%.
I don't think so.
Extreme.
Ivan Vanko did bullshit. Like, he was a horrible Whiplash and he was a horrible Crimson Dynamo.
You know what was better about him though?
What?
Is that he was
Wasn't
actually a
fucking
villain. They didn't like capture him and then him be like, I was an actor the whole time. These were all fake.
Listen,
Listen, I'm just a guy. I'm just please, they hired me.
that part was great. You can't make fun of that part. But, Killian.
He stood his ground on that one.
I sincerely hope that's what happens in Infinity War.
Trevor Slattery
They capture
Thanos.
Thanos
Really?
and he's like, I'm just an actor. They painted me purple.
And then it just cuts back to that the fake Mandarin. He's like, I'm the real Thanos.
That'd be great. That's what they should do.
I'd be down with that.
And
The
then
Russos make it happen.
All of the characters lose all of their powers and they don't do anything the whole movie, and then Thanos is an actor. Boom. Best movie in Raimi's opinion.
That's right. I'm fine with that.
I'm fine.
They go through like a wormhole and actually end up in like real life and start beating up.
Was it
actual-
just the like bad quality of them trying to film the trailer on the like screen at Comic-Con, or did it look like Thanos was wearing like a tank top?
No, he was wearing a tank top.
A tank top?
He was wearing a tank top. Because he wanted you to thank him for his tank top.
No, they said that in
Thanos
Infinity
brand.
War.
Thanos brand tank tops.
Tank tops.
So Spider-Man.
Yeah, but we're going to the future of Marvel now.
But that
Shh, I want to hear this.
I want to hear this.
The Russo said for Infinity War they want to take away Thanos' armor and stuff and show that he's powerful without armor. Like, he's going to have the Infinity Stone, so he's going to destroy with nothing.
so he's gonna have his gauntlet. So they're gonna basically do what
Now I'm just imagining like a tank top and like boxer briefs. He shows up and he's like, I'm gonna fuck you guys
socks.
up.
You could, as long as you have the gauntlet. You're
That's true.
God.
he comes in as Ferris Bueller and just wearing the gauntlet. Let's go,
Just a tank top and nothing else. Just dong out.
Tony.
I'm Dr.
Waving
Manhattan.
around.
Tony. He's gonna come in the old roby.
Robe.
lift one like, whoa, please.
Thanos, please.
It's just some tasteful sack.
I'm afraid, though, that Thanos' children are going to do everything, and he's going to sit in his chair some more.
Well, I mean, that's probably how it's going to start.
Aren't both of his children like against him?
No. There's
He's got more.
They announced 4 more.
He's got a fuck ton of kids.
Yeah, he has 6 kids altogether. I
Yeah,
think.
gets around.
He conquers a planet,
And then
takes a
fucks
kid.
their kids. Is that not
Well,
what we-
technically,
is that not what we
Nebula
do?
was supposed to be his
Actual daughter? Like
his daughter
birth
with death. Yeah. Well, in the comic, he made her from the Infinity Stones. He's like, "Death, we have a kid," and she's like, "No, we don't." And he's just like, "I pulled one from the future. This is her."
No.
Yeah, we do.
And she was in like this weird time stasis where she was always in pain.
Help me!
Yeah.
And then
It's
just
ours.
pans to Deadpool
It's
talking
ours.
death.
She's beautiful. So that was
The
really
way
good.
she gasps
Can you
for
imagine
air.
like doing that? Like if you had like a wife and you're just like, we have a kid now, and she's like, I didn't have a kid, and you're like, I pulled this one from the future.
It's a very in pain, just grown man. Kill me!
Where did you get this man? You're like the hospital.
I just found him.
He's my beautiful baby boy.
Beautiful baby boy.
Yeah, it's not my favorite
It's
MCU
solid.
movie, but it is up there. It's a good movie.
It's not my favorite MCU movie, but it's my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Oh,
Yes.
easily.
Yeah.
That's not hard. They set the bar low.
The quest for peace.
I enjoyed it.
I mean, what was your favorite MCU movie?
Mine?
For me, I
As of right now,
I'm gonna
what's
be,
everybody's
wait,
favorite
I want to guess
MCU movie?
Randy's.
you know it.
Winter Soldier.
No,
No?
I mean, it's up there.
It's up
Winter
there.
Soldier's definitely one of the better ones.
That's definitely one of the best ones. Like, that's...
For me, it has to be Civil War, just because of all the heroes. That's the only thing that does it for me. Only way
I know
get it.
Brandon's.
No,
I know
I
Brandon's.
just have to have a lot of people in it.
There's literally only one MCU movie
One choice
that
here.
will make sense for Brandon.
Iron Fist.
Nope.
It's not a movie.
Show.
Come on, there's literally
It's
I
easy.
mean, it has.
Everybody knows it.
It's Age of Ultron. Because
Yeah.
of fucking
Oh,
Quicksilver.
because
yeah.
Quicksilver.
Well, I was gonna say maybe Avengers because of Loki.
Nope.
See, I love Loki, but he's gonna be in everything. But there will only be one Quicksilver.
That's true.
They're
He
not
died
gonna
like a
bring him
bitch.
back in Infinity War.
Oh,
and
no,
that's
actually,
upsetting.
Fox also has a Quicksilver, but
Yeah, but
That's
a less
true.
good
so there
one.
will always be another Quicksilver.
A less good one.
He was actually, like, as we discussed,
A not dead one.
That's
he
true.
was way better in every way except for his looks.
No, I disagree entirely. His character was shit. He didn't have any fucking character to him. He was a one-trick pony. I'm that super fast guy that just messes with people, which is great.
That's Quicksilver.
No, it's not.
That's fucking Quicksilver.
That's
How was
not
that?
him at
How was
all.
that different? How was he different in the Age of Ultron movie,
Aaron
other
Taylor
than
Johnson.
being fast and saying, "Oh, didn't see that coming, did you?"
That's a
the
pretty
difference
good
was?
accent.
Tony, you want to know what the difference was? He didn't get shot.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
difference was character progression.
What?
Pietro actually had some fucking real character
He
progression.
went from being a villain
Enough-
to being a hero.
Enough. Really? You're gonna be that guy? He had more character progression than that Quicksilver and every fucking X-Men besides Logan put together.
Well, that's because
Put
Wolverine's
together.
the moneymaker. So
I will argue that till the day I die. That motherfucker
Horsecock.
was easily a horsecock. Yes.
what about Xavier?
Xavier? What progressions did he,
He
have?
went
In
from
first
walkies
class.
to wheelsies.
Yeah, he went from walkies to wheelsies,
I can't
and
feel
for
my
some
legs.
reason his drug that took away his mutant powers also cured him of fucking paraplegia. Whatever that's
I'm
called.
pretty sure it was the drug that cured him of paraplegia.
Took away his
his
power.
mutant
It doesn't
powers. So
fucking
we need to
matter.
figure out
It's
this
dumb. That's
word.
dumb as fuck. That was a stupid
Paraplegia.
plot. It was a stupid ass fucking plot point. It was a stupid ass fucking story. And Fox needs to give fucking X-Men back to the MCU because you guys are fucking everything.
All right.
Also, Daniel Radcliffe, please be Wolverine.
So my final thoughts on Spider-Man.
Okay.
One,
But we still never got
every
into
one of your opinions
Quicksilver.
was just wrong. You're wrong. You should feel bad.
You're wrong.
But I liked it. I thought it was really good. I think it's kind of forgettable. Like
Yeah,
it was,
I get that.
It all flowed together really well, but I'm having trouble remembering specific parts of it already.
Donald Glover.
Other than Donald Glover, Michael Keaton,
Donald Glover
like
is
very
great.
specific scenes, but I'm having trouble remembering the overall, like, big portions of it. And I think it was just because it was like what you guys said. It has to be the first Spider-Man movie to be in the MCU, so it's more of like a setup thing. And also they have like all the little quips and stuff. It was really lighthearted and good for that, but it wasn't super memorable. So it wasn't bad, it just wasn't amazing.
Right.
What was your favorite MCU movie up till now?
Civil War. Because that, not just for the heroes, but because that was the first time they actually dealt with some real, like, moral issues where it wasn't one person was right and one person was wrong. There were good points on both sides.
Well, Marvel's weakest thing has been villains for the most part, except for Loki.
Yeah.
And so...
don't make me slap you here.
And so, for Civil War, it was great because it was all heroes. And people we loved. People hated Ultron.
Which didn't make sense. I loved Ultron.
I loved Ultron.
Yeah, I was fine with Ultron.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he had too much personality. Oh, no! Like,
Well, that was too quippy.
How dare a Marvel villain have personality?
I finally figured out my actual favorite part of Homecoming, though, which is the guy on the street that's like, hey, you're Spider-Man, right?
Do a flip!
Cool! That's my
just
favorite
the most
part.
regular flip.
That was all of that stuff was the best part of the movie. Just like little like real things.
What,
Peter
just get all
missing
day
webs
long?
or like people yelling stuff like that at him. Like that's how it would actually be.
Him
in
putting
real
on the
life.
suit.
Yeah,
I love
getting
him-
his backpack stolen.
I
Like
love
that's
him-
all stuff that would
I loved
actually
him
fucking
stopping
happen.
the bike thief and then just going,
Somebody
Is this
loses
your
his
bike?
How did he know it was a bike thief?
Right.
Like,
I think it's just because like the way the guy took off. Oh, I also loved when he's like the carjacker.
Yeah.
This is my car.
This is my car.
Well, I do think it's funny that all the stuff that we mention are those things where we never even talked about him at the Washington Monument. We never really talked about him on the plane.
yeah. That was... Okay, how was he breathing?
He's Spider-Man, has super lungs.
Well, yeah, but he should be dead. Like,
Spider-Man.
just because he couldn't breathe physically.
Yeah.
He also probably should have froze at some point, like
Well,
going through the air like that.
Also, the suit had that drying capability, so I'm sure it had some sort of air.
He was in his normal
he was in
sweatpants.
regular
Oh, no, that's
suit,
true,
idiot.
that's true.
Yeah.
I forgot. I'm a dumbass, fuck me.
The thing I had a problem with was when Michael Keaton was like, "Oh, there's a little bit of drag," and it's like a little bit of drag. You're carrying a like
fucking full
150
person.
pound boy. Like that's gonna create more than a little bit of extra drag.
He's like 132 at best.
I think it was a pretty powerful suit,
Considering how heavy his wings probably are.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but going from not carrying 150 pounds to carrying 150 pounds behind you
It's also
on a
not like,
web.
It's also not like he can like fully turn his head and look because he's in the flight suit head,
the apparatus.
and he can't really like full on. What's
It's just
behind me?
It's just a helmet.
And
though.
he was just focused on getting. Well,
I don't know.
It's the final score. He wanted to get there, get it over
like,
with,
you have to
leave.
think, like it had an eye mask thing, so his eyes
I
don't
liked
dry
the
out.
scene.
It had a
I liked that
mask.
it happened, but it had a lot of issues that were just like basic logic level issues. It's
Yeah.
like, how did you not realize there was a kid attached to you? How did you not die from lack of oxygen? How did you not die from being frozen? Also, why are you fighting outside of the plane? Why didn't you just go into the plane and fight?
Well, 'cause he couldn't get in the plane.
Well, I mean, I fucking like rip off the goddamn vacuum seal.
He was trying to.
Well, yeah, but
He
good.
did.
He couldn't
at
have.
a
He didn't
point.
have a good enough grip, and when he finally got the kick on it, that's
Vulture
when,
came back out.
That's when he was
Well,
like, "You little
the-
shit."
Yeah, then
the
just
biggest
go in
logic
there.
error for me was that Vulture left those little things
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
like,
get
why
that,
didn't he
yeah.
just take those off? He
That's
didn't
true.
need them there.
Well, no, I think they're on the outside, so he can't really take them off from the outside to bring them in.
Hence why Peter
Yeah.
got stuck in the thing, and they were because when he pulled it off, it was out there now. It's not in the truck with him.
Because once you put them on the outside of the surface,
That's
once they
fair.
leave the outside of the surface, they close.
I think the Tinkerer showing that off was my favorite part, where he just like
Throws
turned
it
up
on
and
the
he just
fridge, grabs a beer.
grabs a drink
Yeah.
and like, yes,
He almost got his arm cut off.
best use for that.
Because then Vulture came in and knocked those off right after he grabbed it. He's like,
that
oh
was
shit.
fucking amazing.
Bill's robot arm.
I'm confused at how he even became the Vulture.
Yeah, how did that happen?
Why not
8 years
the
passed.
Junker or something?
Yeah,
Like, why
you'd
the
think
Vulture?
something- Well, he didn't.
Because
Like,
he's
he
just
didn't have the
picking
name.
scraps.
Yeah, he didn't like
Well,
have the name or anything.
yeah, picking
But-
scraps and stuff,
But I
but
am curious why he decided
Decided
I'm gonna
giant
start being
bird
flying
wings
and have
and-
claws on my feet.
yeah.
Did they ever actually call him the Vulture in the
No.
movie?
No, not even
I mean,
once.
most Marvel villains don't have that.
My favorite MCU movie up to
Yes.
this point is this is a very tough one.
right?
It's like I really liked Ant-Man,
Yes.
but I also really loved Doctor Strange.
Yes. Both solid choices.
Yes! Yes! My name's Raimi! Yes!
I'd probably say Ant-Man if I had to pick.
I like it. Paul Rudd. It's great.
Yeah.
And Benedict Cumberbatch has that face.
I mean, I'm fine with his weird face.
We're not starting this again.
I probably
Episode
say Age of
over.
Ultron just because I really liked just the fight at the end.
Yeah. I was surprised so many people said Civil War, because I really didn't like Civil War that much.
I liked Civil War, but I liked Age of Ultron better than Civil War.
Yeah, same.
Civil
I
War
love
was
Civil War.
good. It just pissed me
fight
off
was-
because it
the fight
wasn't
wasn't
fucking
enough for
Civil
me.
War. It
It's
was
all
just
Bucky.
Bucky the movie.
Yeah.
The fight
Well, 'cause
sequence
it's a
there
Captain
wasn't
America
enough for
movie.
me. Of their like standoff. The like
They
most,
made it too much about Bucky, but it actually was like the first real moral choice they had to make, where it was just where it wasn't just we're the good guys and they're the bad guys, so fuck them.
But
Right.
they dumbed it down so much. It was just
Yeah.
like a
Because it's
small,
2 hours.
a very, very small moment where they're like arguing and they're like, you know what? I think it should be this way. No, I think it should be this way. And then they're like,
fuck you!
all right, well, we're not friends anymore.
Yeah.
So we're
And that
cool
was
now.
it. And it's
Well,
just
I
that
didn't
one
like-
fight scene.
Like,
And
the
now
other thing I didn't like
it's
about
done.
Civil War is like how they sort of like Tony kind of like saw the other side, like yeah, you're right, and then he got the videotape of like Bucky killing his parents. He's like, now you gotta fucking die. I
Whoa.
don't care any of this now.
That's because
Well-
he saw Bucky kill his
Yeah, like
parents.
it was
Yeah,
like they started doing
I'd
like
probably
the,
kill that
He
guy
patched
too.
his dad's
Like,
face
they
in
could've
and then
gone-
strangled his
they
mom.
could've
with
gone
this
without-
non-robotic hand.
they could have gone
Like,
with
what the fuck's that, Bucky?
They
Like he
entirely-
had to feel her die in his hand?
they
The
could
only
have
way
entirely
you can get
gone
off
without Tony, like, you know, like, I think I am kind of in the wrong right now, like, Cap and all them, like, you know, I should just let this happen.
Well,
Oh, wait, he killed my parents. Yeah, no, fuck him.
that was a really good scene
Well, like,
for me.
at that
Like him,
point, it
him
wasn't-
getting
he was-
super emotional
that
and
was
Cap
good.
like,
It
oh,
was
you need to
just
calm down, but then realizing that
know-
he wasn't going to calm down.
It was
Did you
just
know-
the part of,
bullshit
like,
me,
the,
Rogers.
it was entirely just the part where it was, like, the calming down of all of it, then just to spike it right back up. Like,
Well, yeah.
they could have not gone
Well,
as calm as they did.
It's well, I mean,
That's
like
the point.
it made sense
He's
because
suppo-
it was like it. You know what, Cap? You might be fucking right. Maybe what I'm doing isn't the best thing out there. And then like it just happened to be at that particular moment. Oh fuck! So those are my parents, and you're bashing
like-
their heads in.
Like at that point, it wasn't about who was right and who was wrong in the whole Civil War thing.
Yeah.
It was just, hey, Bucky's
I'm gonna
he's
end
gonna
you.
die. I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, after I kill Bucky, we're gonna be best friends again. We're gonna be cool. We're gonna make sure I get these Accords done with, and we're gonna burn them, all that good stuff. But Bucky dies. That was his.
They just let Bucky go.
Yeah.
Just let Bucky be.
I don't
Well, no-
necessarily know that he just let him go.
He's on ice.
Well, like,
Iron Man turned because he found out that Bucky was set up by Zemo. Because they found the body in Zemo's apartment and all that shit.
Yeah.
And so Iron Man was just like, oh shit, we were wrong the entire time.
Uh,
Well, I'm gonna go apologize to Bucky. Oh, Bucky killed my family. I'm not gonna fucking
Hey,
apologize to that guy
hey,
now.
I'm
sorry
sorry
about
for
the
that
first
asshole.
thing, but not sorry about these other things.
And I liked Zemo as a villain too.
yeah.
Right.
Because he actually had a thought out plan. Like,
Who was the
fucking.
Who was that side villain in
Crossbones?
in Age of
Claw.
Ultron?
He's gonna be
I
in
love
Black
Claw.
Panther.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Black Panther specifically for him.
You
Claw's
say
great.
I loved his scene in the trailer.
Oh yeah, I love like he was
He's like
probably one of my
laughing.
favorite
He's like, I
scenes
can
in that
see
movie.
you.
How? How can you see me, Claw? It'd be great if they panned over and no one was behind the glass. It's like, oh, yeah. He's just a crazy
I
man.
loved Kala's like look on his face when he said that. And he's like, why the fuck do we have this guy? Why is he here?
Alright, boys.
That's it.
I think this has been the Spider-Man podcast through and through.